things a little. Let me fix my chat filter. I don't know why it defaults to that, but you know. Anyway, hello everybody. Good evening, good afternoon, good day, good morning, whatever. You guys give me a minute. Talks amongst yourselves. Talks amongst yourselves. While I get things settled. I gotta get yeah. I gotta get things settled. Hope everybody had a good weekend. My face is horrendous because it's hot outside in Texas. Hello, everybody. Hello from the Philippines. Hello, Lisa. Hello, BTS. Oh my God. Hello, everybody. We have a lot to talk about today. Sorry, y'all. I'm rushing, as always. Rushing. Like a Russians in my family. I'm rushing. I'm getting it together. I gotta do my face tonight because my face is child. My skin feels itchy and gross. My skin feels itchy and gross. I'm having to get out of the tear. The tear. I might have to get the tear. The tear. I'm coming, y'all. I'm coming. Today is gonna be an interesting day. Let me try to get the camera set up. Oh my God. I just laid out. Like I'm tired. I just laid the F out. Hello, Arizona. Oh, you guys, let me just try to adjust my camera. Sorry, y'all. This is the beginning. The beginning of the end. BTS. Oh, Jimin CC. I just laid out. I'm tired. Get all my stuff. I gotta finish eating. Anyway, hey everybody. The toxic gilly. You're not toxic. They over here. We gotta talk about Elliot today because they got a new album coming out. And they're gonna tour and everything like that. And then people was online dogging out One He again. They was online dogging her out again. I was like, y'all leave her alone. Y'all leave my fake daughter alone. They was dogging out One He, and then they was dogging out the other one. Because they were talking about her makeup. And then one of them, they was talking about, anyway, we'll get into Illit. Well, one of the members of Illit, they was talking about that she was dating while she was a trainee, which again is not a scandal. I don't know, they trying to paint her to be some wild child. Then another one, you see in my thumbnail, is a member of Illit. And they were trying to say that her picture, she's 17. They trying to say that her picture was too racy. And I was like, she looked like a normal 17-year-old. Okay. I mean, I don't, again, the hate train against them is like anytime they do anything, people got something to say about them. Which they shouldn't, but they do. They can't even sneeze wrong with people. The AMAs it's tomorrow night, yeah. Jimin Supremacy. Yeah, Jimin Supremacy, honey. Yeah, I heard a thing about Minji and Minju. Yeah, like she wasn't even in New Jeans at that time. Right. That's why I was like, none of the timeline didn't even make. Child, I ain't think about them damn people. Leave them little girls alone. Leave them girls alone. And then people are trying to go after Le Sserafim. Yeah, we're going to talk about girl groups tonight. I normally don't talk about girl groups, but there just seems to be a lot of drama going on with girl groups. A lot of them. Different girl groups. So, I don't know. But I'm going to wait people gather in. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Thumbs up the video. I'm trying to think where we're going to start out as first. We might start out with the girl groups first. I don't have my laptop. My laptop is over there. I'm going to have to get my laptop in a minute because there's some things I need to discuss that I got to. So anyway, everybody have a great weekend. This has been a very long week for me. This has been a very, 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 very long week. I've been moving, and I'm tired. Hello, Marie Miller. I am really tired. Why is everyone saying Suga's a jerk? Because he went to run. Let me talk about that for a second. He ran that race, the Bay Breakers in San Francisco, and he was standing in front. And I guess one runner tapped him on the shoulder, was telling him that the up front, whenever you run a marathon or race, is for the season race. The people who are really fast, they are usually up front. Then the other people are kind of like off the side. So they were telling him that the season runners are usually up front and they break out ahead, and they didn't want to like run anybody over. And then the other people are to the back. That's the reason why they were saying him. They weren't like pushing Suga to the back because he brand new. But I said another thing is the language barrier. They may not understood, the Yoongi may not have understood even what they were saying. So that's why they told Yoongi to get to the back. So they were trying to say online that Yoongi was a jerk because he was up front. I just think he probably just didn't know. And that's it. A 5-second clip, literally out of that little clip we saw, 5 seconds. You see the runner tapping him on the shoulder. And then the runner came out on social media and was saying that Suga was a delight. He said, oh, he was a nice guy. He didn't understand why people was online trying to drag him. He said, no, he was a nice guy. He said, no. So even the runner came out and said nice things, that he had no idea that he was Suga from BTS, and that he just thought he was another runner. And he said that he tapped him on the shoulder and told him, the faster runners are usually up front. And he kind of like didn't really understand. And then another dude tapped him on the shoulder and told the same thing. And I think there were some staff members that ran along with Suga. Yes, there were staff members that were there. And I think one of the staff members like told him, and then he got to the side or whatever. But they were like a 5-second clip. It turned into Suga's an arrogant jerk and he tried to get in front of the runners. What? Like, no. I'm like, yeah, they just want to attack Suga. You never ran in your life. The only time I've ever run is when somebody's chasing me. So that's the only time I run. Like, really? Like, yeah, they made something out of nothing. Just something out of nothing. And so that's what happened with Suga. The first thing we're going to talk about before we get into BTS, and we're going to talk about actors. We're going to talk about not just actors, what's going on. Okay, so there is a story that I posted. If you guys are on my YouTube channel, you'll read my post. There is an actor. I don't have my computer. His name is Jung Dong-soo. I think that's his name. And I posted things about him. Okay, so just in case you guys didn't see the post, let me back up. A week ago, this actor got on his social media and he said, I quit, to his fans. He got on Livestream and he said, I quit. Okay? He was like, I quit. And he's not a very known world actor. He's 31 years old. He's been in some K-dramas and stuff like that, but he's not like a big famous actor. But he's like, a character actor or whatever. So he got online and he said, I'm quitting acting and I'm going to delete my social media. And, he was telling his fans, don't worry, but I have to quit acting. So the fans, of course, were like, why? They're like, why are you quitting acting? What's going on? Child, he was saying, now let me make sure I get this story right. He was saying that his cell phone was hacked and that these hackers pulled up Kakao messages And they were in essence blackmailing him and saying that if he didn't give them money, they were going to release these messages or pictures or text or whatever. So he said he'd been paying these blackmailers, and people were like, well, why didn't you just go to the police? I don't know why he didn't really answer. He said over the past year or so, he's been paying these blackmailers, right? And he said he's gone broke. He said he's borrowed, and then he also owes creditors. And he said he's borrowed money from his mother, his family, his extended family members and friends, and they're all like basically angry at him because he has borrowed money from them and he has not paid them back. So he says he's quitting acting because he feels like, I guess, his reputation is going to be ruined. And then he feels like he can't do it anymore, that he can't concentrate on acting because he owes, I think he said $500,000. Okay. So he owes like $500,000 USD to all these creditors and these people and these blackmailers. He told them he couldn't pay them anymore and blah, 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 blah. So everybody was shocked. So the guy quit. Then a day later, his agency is like, wait a minute. They released a statement saying, he didn't even tell his agency he quit. The agency is like, we had to find this out from the media. We didn't know he quit. So apparently he didn't even tell his agency that was quitting. So that was kind of weird. So he deleted his social media. He left one of his social medias up. So then a couple of days later, like all throughout these couple of days, people are online gossiping. People are scared for him. People are saying that he was going to try to self-harm, okay, which is very reasonable in South Korea. And so fans were really worried. So fans took to his social media that he had left and they were posting messages. They were like, please don't hurt yourself, don't harm yourself. So 3 days later, he came back and said, no, he came and did another live stream. He said, I'm not going to hurt myself because the fans were worried that he was going to self-harm. So he came on the live stream saying he wasn't going to self-harm, but he had a bruise right here above his temple. And so the people are like, what's that bruise for? And he said, oh, these creditors got a hold of him and they roughed him up. So people were like, oh my God. Then he came back and said, no, he was training to be an MMA fighter. And that's how he got the bruise in the scratches. He has scratches like on his neck and a bruise, big old red bruise. I was telling you, I said, this story is crazy. This story is crazy. Yes, another actor did self-delete. Yes, because of blackmail. Hello, Katina. So the guy said, okay, I'm going away for real this time. So everything, I was like, I posted, I said, I hope this dude don't end up like the Chinese actor. Because I said, with him saying that he owed creditors and he owed family members and friends, and he was on these live streams distraught, honey. He was saying that he's a failure, all these kind of things, that he got to quit acting. So I said, I hope to God this guy don't end up like the Chinese actor. And some of you guys were commenting like, what's the guy named Yu Min Long? Or that's the dude that accidentally fell out of a window last year. Y'all remember that? So I said, I hope that don't happen to him, that he gets into some sort of accident a couple of months from now. Child. So 2 days later, he was back on the live stream. He was back on the live stream acting erratic. Baby, don't you know, this man got on a live stream and he was saying that he felt so guilty. He felt he was worthless. Don't you know this dude got on a live stream and cut his fucking pinky finger off? Now, I'm not trying to laugh, y'all, for real. No lie. This dude got on a live stream and he had a knife. And yes, and he got a knife and he self-mutilated himself on the live stream. Yeah. And the fans was like, and then like there's pictures of it online of where he like literally has a knife and he's cutting off the tip of his pinky finger. And then the fans freaked out. And so they took down the video, of course. Then he came online. He didn't come online. He just posted a message a day or two later saying that he apologized and that he's, with the help of family and friends, he is seeking the help that he desperately needs. So I hope that he is getting help, because this is a crazy situation. Okay? Crazy. But yes, I saw the video. I saw the pictures. And I posted a picture, but I had to edit it because I had to put a frowning face over the part where they show him like cutting his finger off. Like he was that distraught. He cut his finger off. I'm like, I ain't never seen nothing like that. I hope he gets some help. I hope he gets some help. But beyond that, the conversation that I want to have is there have been so many idols that have come out saying that they're blackmails. There's a member of a group called B2B. B2B is a really well-known group in South Korea. They're well-known internationally. One of the members, I forgot which members, one of the members claimed that, you know, when he stopped being an idol, because B2B is like a third generation idol group, this dude is saying that he got extorted. That there was some kind of like leasing real estate deal. And he was saying that he got extorted for money. He got extorted. And so I read that story today. Out of like 100,000, like hundreds of thousands, that he had to like went and filed a claim with a lawyer's office and stuff like that. Then another member, I forgot which second generation group, and I posted it on my YouTube, I think, or my Patreon. This guy was saying that family members and friends had duped him out of millions. Not hundred thousands. Millions. Family and friends. Millions, y'all. Millions. Baby. Millions. And he was saying that people he went to school with, family members, friends, they would be all nice to him when they wanted some money. And then when it comes to paying him back, they would turn on him like that. They would disappear. They would threaten him. They would be rude to him. This man said he lost millions when he was in a boy group over 10 years ago. And he said he wasn't the only person this happened to, that it happens to lots of people, especially when they're young and they first get in the industry. This dude said that everybody had their hand out. That people he thought that he knew and he loved and knew and trusted, that these people basically borrowed money from him and never paid this guy back. And he said, yeah, he was duped out of millions, frauded out of millions by his own family members and friends. And so, you know, I tell people, like, this happens in the industry. Like, it's rampant. That people are out here blackmailing people. People are out here scheming and scamming on people. And it'd be their own family members and friends. So there's been several stories again that have come out. And this actor who cut his finger off, he apparently owes creditors. He owes them a lot of money. I mean, $500,000. When I looked at this movie this dude was making, I promise you, this dude wasn't making $500,000 as an actor. I promise you he wasn't. Yeah, money brings out the worst in people. And I promise you, the dude that cut off his finger, there's no way he's made $500,000 in his whole entire career. So the fact that he owes creditors and he was being blackmailed, and again, the whole hacking story, like, people have kind of been like, was he really hacked? And how did they hack his phone? I'm not saying it's not possible, but it sounded a little wonky. I think maybe he was being blackmailed by a family member or friends that maybe knew what he was really doing. I don't know what kind of messages or what he was doing. But whatever it was enough for him to be paying people off. And so I just see story after story, you know, the past couple of months where, like, idols are doing interviews and they're basically like coming clean about their experiences with their families. And again, it's something that idols don't talk about at all. It's something that usually doesn't get a lot of media. I pay attention to it because I find it fascinating. And then a lot of idols, the same things have happened to them, but they don't say anything because it's embarrassing. Like, it's really embarrassing to put your business out there and then your family's business out there. So it's a lot. So it's something that idols don't like to talk about. They don't like to talk about that. You know. Yeah, he could have been hacked by a fan. Yeah. Gemini said, I ain't got nothing, so yeah. Yeah, it's not surprising ever since JK got hacked, they were stealing JK stocks. And speaking of that, they arrested the second person in this criminal organization, that one of the people that hacked JK. They arrested another guy last week. I forgot to talk about that, but they arrested a guy a week and a half ago who was part of that criminal enterprise. And they not only hacked JK, they hacked some other people too. So it wasn't just JK, but it was like several famous or rich people. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, technology. Mm-hmm. So I tell people that there are idols that we know right now, I promise you, that are being blackmailed by somebody, either a family member or a friend. There are idols that once they get money, then they become easy targets um, for unscrupulous people. There are a lot of idols that go broke and then they go to other idols and ask them for money. And and then sometimes I tell people, a lot of times when people ask for money, it's not like I'm going broke or my business failed. Like that's something I kind of understand. But sometimes people go broke because they have gambled away their money. I keep telling people over and over again, gambling is really big in South Korea, even though it's not legal, but it's really big in South Korea. There's ways of people. There's a big thing of online gambling that goes on in South Korea, especially with young men, especially with men. And I tell people all the time that like a lot of times these family members and friends be borrowing money, just like what happened with Jimmy. Y'all remember what happened with Jimmy and that comedian? He loaned that comedian $75,000 because he told Jimmy about some business investment and business deal, and it turns out that this dude was borrowing money from a whole bunch of other people and pretty much had a pyramid scheme of borrowing the money, and he was gambling the money away. He was gambling and drinking the money away, and took Jimin's money, and then he ended up going to court and everything. Mm-hmm. So Jimin trusted him to give him $75,000 to invest money. This dude was telling different people that he was investing money. He wasn't investing anything. He was out drinking and gambling the money away. Yeah, a lot of people are driven to depression because of it. Yeah, I mean that was sad about what happened to Jimmy. That he trusted this person. That this person was somebody that he trusted. And this happens all the time. They'll go and ask somebody who makes who makes more money than them. Can you give me this money? Can you. And they like, yeah, okay. And people will take your kindness for weakness, which is sad. And then it's like a trust issue. Yeah, they can't trust people. I said, poor Jim, and thought he could trust this person. This person was just gambling and pissing the money away. I can understand bad investments and bad debt. I get that. But just taking the money and drinking and gambling and spending on women, that's a whole nother low level of low. So in other words, you borrowed money from family and friends and famous people to furnish your lifestyle. That's basically what it was. It's not like he just, I invested money in a business and the business didn't do right. Now, I can understand that. But to just be like, yeah, I'm going to invest this money and I want to start this business, and then knowing that you ain't doing none of that. You just out drinking. You just out drinking and partying. You got Jimin over here holding up your lifestyle. Basically. He had borrowed all this money from like over $1 million. Their family issues too? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, wow. Yeah, I heard about the RM story. Mm-hmm. About him in the military giving people his card and they ran up a whole bunch of money. He told them to go buy some snacks and some food. These people was out here buying like face cream. These people was buying stuff for their family members, their girlfriends. Yeah, and they can't say anything. Yes. Yes, because people will drag them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the accountants. It's hard to trust the accountants too. But yeah, I just want to talk about that because these things come up all the time and they rarely get talked about. I tell you, I said there's a lot of blackmail in China and South Korea, like in the entertainment industry. There's a lot of blackmail. So that's I tell people you have to be careful, like who you talk to, who you date, who you be friends with, because all these people will have agendas. They clout chasing, they money chasing, and then once they stop getting their money, then they'll try to go to the press and turn on you. Well, yeah, Woozy is 17 too. Yep, G Dragon. I was about to bring that up. Yep, gave his black card. So they would go away. Yes. Because they kept bothering him about RM did have a bad time in the military. He's talked about how he didn't fare very well in the military. Yeah, they was out Marine military. They was out there. Oh, I couldn't. And then I'm a type of person that like I would feel guilty. Like I couldn't do nobody like that. If somebody was nice enough and rich and gave me their credit card and be like, "Hey, buy me some snacks." I would have bought a whole bunch of snacks and food, and that's it. But it only takes like one or two people that are like, "Oh, I got RM's credit card. Well, I'm finna get this and I'm finna get this. Well, shoot, I'm finna get that too. Well, shoot, I'm finna get that too." Well, next thing you know, one person can just turn the minds of everybody because they feel like they gonna get over. So now you feel like, well, I need to get over too in that situation. I mean, that's how a lot of people feel. I don't feel that way. I would just bought my snacks and stuff and would have just been like cool and would have been happy that which BTS member had a better time in the military. I can answer that. Kim Tae-young. I think Kim Tae-young had a great time in the military. I think Kim Tae-young had a really good time. I think Kim Tae-young made friends. Kim Tae-young fit in. And I think J-Hope as well. I think J-Hope made friends and J-Hope fell in line and everything like that. I think they had. I think RM and Jungkook did not have a good time in the military. I think they did not. Yoongi, I don't know. I don't know about Yoongi. I don't know. We had a good ass time. Yeah, we had a good time. Lord. Jen too, yeah. I think Jen has a personality that's very go along to get along, easygoing. But V, I think out of everybody had the best time. He seems like he made the most friends and he had the best time. And V just seems every time V talks about the military, you can just see the look on his face. He seems to me it seems like V went on little adventures all the time. Like he just seemed like he went on adventures. It's like I would love to hear those stories. Because V just sounded like he was very adventurous and very just wanted to experience different things while he was in the military. The way he talks about the military is kind of like, a kid going to summer camp. Like, okay, we did this and then we were that, and I convinced everybody to go do this. And I'm like, it just sounded like it was tough and it was hard for sure. But it just sounded like V had him a adventurous time that he fit in and he was able to read books and work on himself and physically. And I think V seemed like he maybe gained more maturity and confidence from the military and physical fitness and health and all that. So I think V he ended up special force. Like Jimin did very well, but Jimin talks about the military as like something like he just kind of had to get through. But he won all these awards and all these things. And Jimin was like, well, I just did it because I wanted more leave. Jimin was just kind of like one of these people that was good at it, but didn't really care for it, was just kind of like, eh. Because he guarded the blue house perimeter. But, well, V. See, V did so well. Like, he did so, and then, like I said, the way V talks about it is kind of like a look of mischievous and nostalgia. Like, he wanted more than vacation days. That's what he said. He said, I did it for vacation day. I don't know. Maybe Jimin was just being humble. But whatever Jimin was doing, he excelled. So he got all these awards. He had to be doing something right, honey. He wasn't just sitting around. Jimin had to be doing something right. I feel the hardest is for RM especially JK, because of their personalities. Yeah. Yeah, they were trying to say that V and Sugar did. Yeah, yes, they were trying to drag Sugar too in the beginning too. Hey, I thought J Hope was good. J Hope was like in command, in control, and I think J Hope. Yeah, Jimmy was at the top. I was like, Jimmy was trying to be humble, honey. Oh, I think my pizza's here. Hold on, y'all. I think I ordered pizza from my kids. I think it's here. Y'all hear the doorbell? You loved. I didn't watch Are You Sure? You see, Jim and JK telling all the stories that they did in military and all the battle scars they got in training. Did they? Oh yeah, I heard JK was good at basic. I heard that too, Ruth. That he was good at basic, but then afterwards he did not fare well being in his unit. Does my pizza have pineapples? No. I can't even eat pizza. It's for my kids. I don't eat pizza. I like pizza, but yes, I've heard the debates about pineapple on pizza. My kids don't do that. Yes, Nam June was ready to go, Katina. My man was ready to go. My man. Y'all are like, run, I had to run because I'll be like Nam June and y'all just be like, you get away from Nam June. Jim is extremely humble. He had so many accomplishments. Kiwi is always an option. What you say, yo man? I said Nam June. I mean my friend. Nam June, my friend. He my friend. Junie is my friend. Say about here we go. You love Jimin? Oh, Jimin, he did so well. Jimin is going through his. I have a whole video coming out about Jimin on Monday, about people complaining about Jimin, and like the when I went and looked at the source of the complaints, the math wasn't mathing. Not complaining about Jimin, but complaining about certain things that have happened about Jimin. That like I just had to go back and look at the source of the where this is coming from, and some of the so. You my man Suga, yeah, that's my okay, my very good looking friend Namjoon. You have a healthy dose of delusion to be self-aware. Girl, go ahead, gamer. I'm with you. We are all delulu to a certain extent. I have no problem. But I have a video about Jimin coming out on Monday where I'm talking about like some of the complaints that they've had about Jimin. Not about Jimin, but complaints about Jimin will be for another video because they've been trying to rake Jimin through the coals a little bit here and there about his singing. But we'll get into that. In a second. So the other thing I like to mention, we get on to the next category, is the girl groups. I don't follow girl groups, but for some reason, girl groups keep popping up all the time. There is a lot. I talked about the Espas, the girl child of Espa. Espa finna come out. They ain't even come. I think the album comes out on the 29th. There has been so much controversy about Espa. Them doing the song with G Dragon and people dragging G Dragon and people dragging Espa. And I'm just like, Espa can't catch a break. Then, they accused one member of having a boob job. Like, girl, I was like, then, the Le Seraphim came out with their new song. Who heard the Le Seraphim song? Raise your hand. Digitally raise your hand. If you have heard and seen the Le Seraphim music video, please, just, ladies and gentlemen, raise your hand digitally. Now, I like the Seraphim. Now, wait a minute. I don't know about that song, though. Yeah, boom, boom, pala. Jim and I said no. I'll only if Jimmy brings it up first. Yeah, that's how I feel. Jimmy brings it up first. Come on, here we go again. Yeah, G Dragon is in a bunch of mess, but yeah, they've been dragging Espa. Okay, it's super catchy. You wasn't mad about it? Whoo, Felisa. Okay, girl. I ain't trying to drag Le Seraphim because I used to really love them when they came out. When they first came out, Le Seraphim hit the ground running. Le Seraphim was going to be like my second Blackpink. I like Blackpink. I was like, I like Le Seraphim. I like Illit. I like them. I like them. Le Seraphim is losing me. I'm just like, hey, Macarena. I was like, okay, we're using the Macarena beat. That's fine. Kinda. But this song, I didn't mind the celebrate song. Come celebrate. And then one of the members of the Seraphim, because she was headbanging too much, like she like hurt her neck, like she's doing that too much. I don't even, I don't even mind the spaghetti song, really, kinda. But what is happening? What is like the celebrate song? I like that was kind of cute. This song, this boom pala boom pa, no, I'm like, mm, mm, the dance gave you very much side. It's not my cup of tea. I don't even like the beat, and I'm usually a beat girl. Child, I watched the music video twice, and I'm like, ooh, what is that? Ooh, I'm like, girls, okay, ladies, um, you were singing this, eat it up, eat it. Hope we save spaghetti. Hope we save spaghetti. Usually, I just that song is just not me. I'm not trying to drag them, but it's just not my song. But child online, they was dragging them. Like I'm like neutral. I'm not a girl group stan. I don't like girl groups at all. Girl groups not for me. I've said it before. But online, baby, they was dragging them. They was dragging them for filth. They was dog walking them online. I was like, damn. I'm sitting back reading. Damn. I'm like, they was dog walking the Seraphim online, honey. Now I understand some of these are the bunnies and the new jeans folks, whatever. But they was dog. But some people had some valid points. But then some people was just like, I was like, oh my god, like I'm like, this is a car wreck. Like I barely read it. I was like, I don't want to read it. I don't want to read it. I'm like, I'm gonna read it a little bit. They was dog walking them online, honey. I was like, Macarena side. Yeah, it was like all these songs mixed in. Oh yeah, that's her name. Chawan is the one that hurt her neck. You had a wedding flashbacks with the Macarena. Yes. Oh Lord, you don't stand on girl groups. The hate train. It does. It happens every comeback. I don't like that they get on the hate train. Then they were performing live and people once again talking about Sakura singing and whatever. Okay, whatever. They complain about their singing, which you will never hear me complaining about any idol singing. I don't think that ever enters my sphere of mental capacity. I have never once complained about any idol singing. I have never once. They could get up there and screech like an owl, and I'm like, do they look good? You better put that backtrack on and get them up there lip syncing. Because to me, my expectation of idols being able to sing is very low. Whenever they can sing, I'm amazed. I'm like, ooh, they can really sing, or she or he can really sing. Jesus Christ. Like, I'm always amazed when I find idols who really, really, really can sing. But at the end of the day, to me, singing is kind of like low on the list of priorities for K-pop idols. So if they get up there and screech like an owl, I'm just like, girl, I need you to get up there and lip sync better. But they were dragging them. But then again, I kind of like understood some of the valid points that some of the fear nots, their fandom, the early fear nots are feeling a little bewildered and disillusioned because they came in with a different type of music and then now has slowly but surely like drifted into something that is totally different than what they came in as. And I feel that too because I was like all about to be like, yeah, girl, get it like boom, 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 get it like boom, boom. That was my ringtone for months, y'all. I still love it. That, like, Le Seraphim has sung 3 of my favorite top girl group songs of all time. Like, they on the top 10 list of girl group songs. Like, I'm like, because, girl group, no. But girl, what? Smarter, baby, smarter. Like, come on. Smarter, baby, smarter. Like, there was a whole bop for a long time. Wanna be a winner. Like, yeah, your girl, like, wanna be a winner. Smarter, baby, smarter. Like, I was like, hey. Like, I was all for it. When they was like, get it like boom, 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 get it like, that was my ringtone too. Oh, I wish for what's forbidden. I was like, I too wish for what's forbidden. I always wish for what's forbidden. Get it like boom, boom, boom. Get it like boom, boom, boom. When they did that song, the choreography in the video, girl, I was like, hey. And then, baby, Then they just somehow, I'm like, where are we going? And they just went left. I was like, oh, okay. Just you had GC for a ringtone as well, girl. It was a whole mood and vibe, like you like boom, 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 you know, and they was like, all the girls are girling, girling, all the girls are girling, girling, all the girls are. I was like, oh, girl, I'm girling, girling shit. I was like, yes, yes, like I was all into that club house kind of Euro vibe, all of that, and they just like forget all that. Then they came out with spaghetti, and I was like, okay, girl, and yeah, okay, and but people liked it though. So as long as it sells and people liked it, I'm good. But people been dog walking there. Who else was the other girl groups that got in trouble this week? That people was just upset about. I'm trying to think. There was another one. There was a situation where people were upset about their music or creative directing. Um, there's been several idols that female idols that they've been upset about their outfits, about like I said, the girl with eyelid, they were saying that her makeup was too sexy. She's 17. To me, she looked like a 17-year-old girl. I was like, that looked like some girl that my son go to school with. Like, I didn't understand. People were trying, I guess because eyelid has an image of being very cutesy and down to earth, that, I was like, you know what, we all can try new things. Like, it wasn't like this was an official promotion or a photo shoot or album cover. It was just her posting something on Instagram, and she was just wearing a different type of makeup. She's wearing a heavier, kind of a darker makeup, and people like was freaking out all over it. And of course, people freaking out over Blackpink. People talking about Jenny. They always talking about Jenny, Jenny, Jenny. Jenny get catch hell over anything and everything too. Some posters pictures she posted online, and people like freaked out over, and then New Jeans. Those blonde locks are lethal on the line. Oh, she's technically speaking. Yeah, that's her name. Yeah, she's technically 18. And okay, she is, but I didn't think her makeup and what she was wearing. Again, I put her in my thumbnail because I thought she looked stunning. She looked like a 17-year-old girl to me. At 17, 18, she looked like a teenager. I don't know what I mean. I live in America, so I'm just like, okay, that's every day. I go to the mall and a half of this 17, 18-year-old look like her. So I understand it, but it was a different type of makeup. But people act like it was some sort of crime or something, like she did something nasty or gross. It would. I'm like, so she looking like a regular 17-year-old? I'm like, in South Korea then too. So it's not a Korean thing. I'm like, I know girls in South Korea that wear that kind of makeup. I'm just like, I don't understand people. People complain about everything in K-pop. That's what I'm saying. I have found over 10 years as a K-pop fan, even as a guy, I just gravitate more towards guy groups. Really, I have never heard that a guy gravitates more towards guy groups. That's interesting. I love It's Me. I love It's Me. It's me. I love that song. It's me. He said it's worse. It was worse in the Philippines. Oh, really? Hey, like, look, these girls in the Philippines. I do. I love the second generation girl groups because they were way older and they had better stage presence. I've said it over and over again. Second generation girl groups to me was the golden age of K-pop, and the golden age particularly of girl groups. Now girl groups are way too cutesy, and they're like 30 years old. And I'm just like, can we do age appropriate things? Like, I don't need 30-year-old girl group K-pop singers still looking and acting the same way they did when they was 20. Like, I just all have one member missing. No, I did not. Which high girl group all has one member missing? I know in La Seraphim that the girl is injured. I know. Oh yeah, talk about. I didn't talk about Cat's Eye. So Cat's Eye's finna go on concert. I really want to go see their concert. They come to Dallas in November, and we still have not heard anything officially about Mano. And right now, at this point, I don't care. I'm over it. So, well, Mano, I'm over it. Like, I just feel like if she come back, she do. She don't. She don't. I don't care. I'm just like, well, good luck. That's how I feel now. I feel like now she's been gone since February, so it's been like 3 months. So now I just feel like, can we just get rid of her and can they announce something? Can we just move on? Like, Cat's Eye is fixing to go on tour. Cat's Eye regardless of how you guys feel about Cat's Eye, whether you love them or like them or hate them, Cat's Eye is going to perform at the American Music Awards. I'm over it. I'm so over the drama that goes on with girl groups. And another thing people brought up is a double standard. Because I'm not a girl group fan, people are saying that there's a double standard. So I'm asking you guys, is there a double standard in K-pop regarding girl groups? Do girl groups get treated differently? I have seen little things here and there where girl groups have been treated differently, but not anything too significant, but I haven't been paying attention. But lately, people have been bringing things up about how girl groups are treated according. Now, I understand, like, business-wise, that girl groups are different. I understand that boy groups have more of a longevity than girl groups. So I understand that. I understand that male idols have more opportunities inside the music industry after their group disbands or they are not long. I understand. So I understand the business part of it, but I don't understand the fan part of it. Like, that's the part I don't understand. 21 is my group. It's my favorite girl group of all time. It's 21 and FX are my two favorite groups. And of course, I love IU. Child, they dragging. Y'all, we speaking of girl groups, let's just all say a prayer for IU because they are dog walking my girl. They are dog walking my girl so bad, I had to stop reading. So IU, if you don't know, speaking of female singers, okay, IU and this other actor is in this star-studded K-drama called Perfect Crown. Now, I won't watch it because I'm not into romance thing. Now, it takes place in an alternate universe where Korea still has a monarchy and all that, okay? They have been dog walking IU and the lead actor because there were some historical inaccuracies made that have pissed off Koreans. Now, I backed off of this story and jumping in this because I am not Korean, obviously, and I don't live in Korea. So I can't really speak about it because there is a cultural, historical, contextual thing going on here. And I went online trying to understand it. And I watched some videos, so I understand it. But I don't understand why the actors had to apologize. Now, I know the director came forward and he got up there and apologized and was tearful. But they are dog walking IU. They're act like it's her fault. Now it went from them complaining about the historical inaccuracies and discrepancies to talking about her acting. So it makes me want to watch Perfect Crown. And then they're talking about it's supposed to be a second part or a second season. And so people are asking that this season be pulled from Korean broadcasting. Girl, I mean, yeah, it's a historical figure, you know. Are they more upset than at Starbucks? They want the whole thing canceled and deleted from media. They want both. Yes. They want the whole thing gone, child. They are on a crusade. Girl groups get easier exposure with casual listeners and fans, but they get more criticisms and brand deals. Male idols have mandatory military, yes, and have to work to be successful and get dedicated fans. That's an interesting way of thinking about it. They were dragging IU. They said she was horrible. I don't know why. I don't know if their criticism. Again, when it comes to K-dramas or K-pop, I have to take criticism with a grain of salt until I actually see the thing or hear the thing. Because people will criticize about shit and just because they don't like the person or the situation, it has nothing really to do objectionably about her acting. I'm waiting for season 2 of Hotel de Luna. Girl, Hotel de Luna is my favorite K-drama of all damn time. I talk about it all the time. When that show ended and they have a guy at the end, I was like, oh, they're gonna have a man on the next season. And I keep reading. I'm like, I want my second season of Hotel de Luna. Hotel de Luna was so good. Oh my God, the cast was good. I didn't even know who IU was. And I watched that. It came out on Netflix. And y'all know I like the magical and the whimsical K-dramas. I only like the horror and the magical and the time traveling and girl, when I watched Hotel de Luna, I wasn't even into K-dramas. I remember me telling Jennifer, I said, Jennifer, oh my God, Jennifer, I said, this is so good. Hotel de Luna and what's the other one? The other one where the girl pretends to be the king. That's my other one. Where the girl pretends to be the king and Hotel de Luna. That's what got me interested in K dramas. Child was on it, but yes, Hotel de Luna is so good. The Crown, yeah. I love The Crown. The Crown is my show. I love history. JK's bestie is the male lead. Oh, they did it about another show that got canceled. Had all the sponsors pull out and had all the cast members apologize. IU was up there, girl, apologizing on her birthday. Do you hear me? She was up there with fans apologizing on her birthday. Like it was supposed to be her birthday thing. King's Affection, yes, that's my favorite. Yeah, it doesn't have to be historical. But I understand, hello Jordan Jones. I understand now why people are upset. This has to do with China. So there are things that have been said. From what I know, there's like two or three parts that people have a problem with, and it speaks to China. So this has to do with China and South Korea. This is what this has to do about. And again, anytime there's something in Korea like this with entertainment, I have a strong proverbial side eye as I have to go back and be like, okay, well, who benefits from this? Who is really mad and upset about this? So what has happened, I can tell you with a perfect crown. There are pro South Korean, anti Chinese people that have taken this upon as a crusade. That's from what I can tell and what people have told me. That a lot of the average people watched the show, knew about the historical inaccuracies, and they were like, okay, well, some people didn't even know about it. Some people recognized it, but then they kind of moved on. But what I am hearing is that there are pro South Korean conservatives who have taken this as a crusade, because I'm like, why is this such a big deal? And then I was like, yeah, historical inaccuracies, like stuff happens all the time, but it has to do with the historical inaccuracies. Basically, point to the fact that South Korea is a vassal state of the Chinese empire. That's, I mean, they didn't say it explicitly, but there are certain things that point to the fact that this particular Korean time is possibly connected to China in some way, and that they're possibly a vassal state for China. Again, I didn't notice until somebody had a documentary, and they, not a documentary, but a video, and they explained this. And I said, well, that's why people are upset. I'm like, okay. But the fact that IU had to apologize on her birthday, I didn't like that. The writers and the directors, they should come and apologize, not the actors. The actors had no idea that what was going on. Like, they didn't know. So the fact, especially IU, it is kind of like landed in her lap in particular. And so she's caught a lot of hell and backlash. And I'm like, she didn't write it. She like, and so she was the first one to apology. And then the male lead apologized afterwards. And I found that a bit messed up as well. I found it real fucked up that the female, that IU, got up there on her birthday and apologized. And a lot of international fans that rubbed us the wrong way. That we like, she the only person. And then the male co-star, he apologized, and then the director. So it's like, once again, it's like IU, the woman, has been made like the fall for all of this. When, oh, you have to leave. Oh, a tornado warning. Okay, Goldwyn James, go. Run, girl, run. It's raining here too. Well, be careful, Yes, it's a lot of grievances, and then he adds social media, which I hate social media. I'm not on social media, thank God, every day. Yes, be safe, Goldwyn. Oh, my Lord. If I start hearing some sirens, y'all gonna see the camera go like this. Ah! That's what y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna hear me going, I gotta go. The camera gonna fall over and then live stream be ended. Y'all be like, damn, like she took off real quick. I'm like, for real. I've been in a tornado once when I was a kid. When I was a kid, a tornado went through my house as a kid. So when I hear like sirens and wind and stuff, I get kind of spooked, because I was 6 years old when a tornado hit our house, and we were in the basement. My grandmother, my aunts, my uncle, we were all in the basement when a tornado went through our house and tore off the front of my house. It was very traumatic. Well, I'll be running. I'll be up out of here. I can't. It was very traumatic. It was very traumatic as a kid. So that stuck with me even as a kid. Even that, like I'm grown, my grown ass right now. I'm still like, oh, because I could hear when I was a little kid. I could hear the sirens, and I remember I'd put my hands like this, and I would be so scared, and I would cry because I thought the tornado was gonna take away our house, like gone with Wizard of Oz. I was a little kid, so I watched Wizard of Oz, and I was like, man, I don't want to go. I don't want to go see the damn wizard. But anyway, I'm gonna walk to see the wizard. Hell no. And I remember we were in the basement with I remember I had a dog, and my little dog, he would whine, like I was like, we not off to see the wizard up in here. Oh, you in Florida, hurricane? I can't do Florida. Mm-mm. I got caught up in the rain when we went on vacation in Florida. I was like, hey, this is some serious rain. The hell with this. Oh, you love hearing the stories about my grandma? My grandma was so, yeah, my grandma, I remember she held on to me and I was just crying because I just could hear my house being torn up. And then I was like, Grandma, I'm like, the tornado gonna take us away. And my grandma was like, that's just a movie, honey. It's not. You think the male lead was getting hated since episode one for his acting? Yeah, they were dogging the actor as well. As well. Oh, in Cuba before? Oh my goodness, boy, that's just in the thick of it. Oh, you're in Alabama? Oh, I'm in Texas. Oh, I'm in Tornado Alley. Oh, you used to the bad weather? Oh, I will never like Texas. Thank God where we live is not like weather like that. Like some parts of South Texas and East Texas. She was unfortunately the bigger star. Yeah, that's what I heard too many. So that was just sad. So I don't know what's going on. And then the other thing I would like to talk about female singers and female groups that I've posted a lot that is very controversial that I will keep beating this drum is the bony trend. It has gotten into the point where it is insane now. So if you guys don't know, there is a big trend going along in K-pop and in Hollywood about idols being skinny. There is something I'm going to post next week where an idol talked about firsthand about how she had got down to 88 pounds, 88, 89 pounds. So yes, the bony trend, the bony thing is in. This idol who was a fourth generation idol, I forgot what group, but I'll post it within a couple of days. She was talking about how she got down to 88 pounds and that she was in rehearsals and the choreographers and the dancers thought she was going to pass out. That before she would go on stage, that she was so skinny that she barely had any energy. She said she was downing energy drinks, caffeine pills, and like these little tubes for nourishment because before she would get on stage, she would be backstage about to pass out. The only thing that made her get on the stage is that she would hear the fans chanting and she would hear the fans clapping and she knew she had to get out there. But she was so bad, y'all. They said that she would be almost at rehearsals fainting because she had not eaten. She was 88 pounds. 88 pounds. A grown adult. Yes, a grown adult. So this is what's going on now. You talk about Triple S. Right. It's like it's so bad. And then when people are like, oh, this is terrible, they so bony, then you turn around and get idols who are a healthy weight. And then people be like, oh, they fat. Not saying that this doesn't happen with the male singers, but this happens more with the female singers than I know of. And it's getting into the point where at first in K-pop, for quite a while, when I first got into K-pop, it wasn't like this. When I first got into K-pop in 2022, it was not like this. Now it's an epidemic. And this is not just K-pop. This is Hollywood as well. Like everybody is on Ozempic. Everybody is, and again, I'm not trying to shame anything about Ozempic, okay, at all. Or whatever dietary treatments that you got to use to lose weight. Do it how you do it. But now it's getting to the point where it's kind of like overboard now. We're going back to the 90s where everybody was really rail, bone thin. And then, it's not healthy in the long run. And I tell people, and I beat this drum over and over again, Human beings losing weight very quickly and having these yo-yo diets has a bad effect on your metabolism and your mental health. It is not healthy for a healthy brain to not have nutrients. I know when I'm stressed, I don't eat. When I don't eat, I get brain fog. When I get brain fog, I forget things. I get irritable. I get more cranky. It is hard for me to function as a human being if I haven't got enough sleep, if I haven't got enough food. That's just how human beings work. We need fuel. And so, and I tell people on top of that, it's not good for anybody, male or female, going on these crazy yo-yo diets, but especially for women. It is horrific especially young women. It is horrific on a 17, 18-year-old girl to be on these yo-yo diets, to be starving themselves when their body hasn't fully developed and fully formed, when they haven't fully gone through puberty yet, when their brains haven't fully formed yet. To be 14, 15, 16 years old. That's why I will never get with idols being under the age of 18. There's nothing anyone can make me say or do or think that idols under the age of 18 needs to be in this industry. There's nothing. There's no 14, 15-year-old should be starving themselves. No person period should be starving, but especially a kid. Like a kid. Because you're setting up a lifetime of unhealthy eating patterns that will linger until their adulthood. And so you have idols that have stunted growth. You have idols, I've talked about all the time, with their hair coming out. You have idols that their bones are brittle. They break bones very easily. You have idols that their teeth start rotting out. Like all of these things that people don't talk about. But yes, idols have a problem with their teeth, their bones breaking, calcium deficiencies, and their teeth rotting out. Idols will go to the dentist all the time to have fillings and to have teeth replaced all the time, y'all, because literally their teeth are rotting. They're rotting because they're not eating. Their teeth are rotting. So it's a big dental problem. They'll go in there and have all these crowns and all these dentures and all this shit put in because their teeth are rotting out, because they're malnourished. And especially as a woman, for us, we have estrogen levels. We have like reproductive organs that need to be protected with a certain layer of fat, with a certain layer of nutrients that will affect you as you get older, whether you have periods or not. There are so many idols out there that got so skinny, they don't have periods no more. That's not healthy. As you get older, once you out of this idol shit and you're like, okay, I want to have a baby, then they'll turn around and have myriads of fertility issues. And I've talked about how many former idols are on IVF or taking all kinds of shots or have myriads of miscarriages and all kinds of conception issues. Because literally your body is like, okay, we're not going to produce enough hormones because you started too early depriving us of food and water and you're working too hard. All our bodies can only take so much, even as a young person. We are not meant to be in a constant state of starvation all the time. And then you're dancing for 8 hours and rehearsing. That's not healthy for anybody, but especially I talk about women because for us, we are a bit more vulnerable than men are, just because of the fact that we have hormones that men don't have. We have things that facilitate us being females and like I said, having a period and all this kind of things. And if you don't eat and you starve yourself and you're stressed out all the time, you will stop having periods. And that's not good for a healthy system. So people got to understand that like these girls are literally destroying their bodies and potentially handicapping themselves in the future from conceiving and having a baby, that they want to get married. Like it doesn't last forever. This time being the idol is like 5 years on average. And in 5, 6, 7 years that they've done all these things, then they get out of it and they realize, oh my God, like I can't get pregnant, or it's really hard, or I gotta take IVF, or I've had miscarriage. Like your body is a vessel. It can only do, our bodies can only do so much. Even mine, and then the amount of exercise, yeah. And it does, that's right, Alice. And then on top of that, it's not attractive. And then, like I said, which I don't really get into, it unnerves me as a woman that people want these 20-something-year-old women to look like 10-year-old girls. They want these women to look like little girls all the time. dress like little girls, act like little girls, built like little girls, like 7, 8 year olds. No curves, no boobs, no hips, no butt, no thighs, nothing. What? I'm sorry, I don't find it attractive for a 28-year-old woman that is built straight up and down. And I'm like, that's not a natural state of being for us. No matter what culture, what race you are, we're all still humans. That's not natural for us as a woman. Women have curves, women have body, women, our weights fluctuate per cycle, per what we eat. I'll eat something, our face gets puffy because it's just the natural part of us being a human being and being a woman. And it's just kind of to the point where like people want to strip that away from and then have us be this prepubescent looking child. That's just weird, bro. That's just disgusting. Yeah, J-Hope's sister's doing IVF, you know. Yeah, they want them to look like preteen boys. Like it's just gross. I'm like, y'all find this attractive? Like, okay, like she not 88 pounds and her waist is this small. She ain't got no up tops, no down, but no hips, no ass, no. Why is that attractive? Like that's kind of gross. I'm like, she's not built like a woman. She built like a boy. Like you must be X Love at that point. I mean, shit, X Love be looking good though. Like X Love be like, had me questioning some things about my own like gender and sexuality. I'm like, X Love is dudes that are men, but they present as non-gender conforming. And they have that look. And I'm like, is this what y'all want? Y'all want just flat, just everything flat. And then they look like girls on the face. Like, and there's nothing wrong with that if that's people's preference. But to force women to the point where they are risking their own health and their own like mental faculties is just like, that's just, you saw women who was, wait, hold on, I gotta read this. Not my ex-love, but I love my ex-love, honey. They look fabulous. I saw a woman who was a fan of a girl group. She didn't want the girls to be curvy or wear revealed clothing, but then it would attract men and boys to the fandom. Why would you not want men and boys to the fandom? I don't understand that. That doesn't make no sense. Yeah, your body will be forced to compensate. It'll eat away at your organs. It'll eat away. If you don't have enough fat, your body will get the energy from somewhere, and the next thing it goes is to organs. And so, you know, I just think like I had a thought the other day. I was like, how healthy are these idols? Like, are they going to regular checkups? Are they going to the doctor regularly? Are they getting regular testing? Like, are they doing blood panels? Like, I just thought about that the other day. Y'all, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, are they going to get blood panels? They like, girl, you the only person talking about our idols getting blood panels. I'm sorry. That's where my mind goes. My mind goes, are idols getting regular checkups? Are female idols going to the gynecologist like they should? Are they getting their mammograms? Are they getting their checkups? Are they going and getting a pap smear? These are the questions that I have. Are the male idols getting full physicals? Testing their prostate? Testing their heart? Doing EKG? These are things that everybody should do, especially if you have money and you have access. I know a lot of us live in countries and places where we don't have adequate health care, the United States, and I know a lot of us, our healthcare is tied to our employment, the United States. I know a lot of us live in places where healthcare is very expensive, that you can't just walk over and go. You can't just call your doctor and get a blood panel. It has to be some kind of medical necessity. The United States. Okay, I understand that some of us live in places where healthcare is depending on how much money you have. Once again, the United States. But for the rest of y'all who are not in the U.S., who these things are not trivial, I would suggest people should be getting a checkup at least once a year, especially as you get older. But even as a young person, it's nice to know what's going on. But I think in South Korea, which South Korea does have a good healthcare system, and the idols, they have lots of money and lots of things. This is what I think. Like, this is quite, I need to go ask. I sent someone a message today in South Korea, and I asked them, do you know if idols are getting regular checkups? Like, I know that they go to the dermatologist. I know they can go to a dietitian. I know that they, they go and get their face done and their hair done and their makeup. But my question is for everybody watching this video, do idols go and get regular checkups of their health? Like I've always wondered about that. Like that just hit me the other day. Because you know that things can creep up on you and then they have the money, but JYP talks about food for his trying, do they? Jimin did a very unhealthy diet because he was called a pig. He was called a fat pig. I talk about it all the time that I hate it. They said, yes, Jimin was to the point of collapse because he didn't eat because online they were calling him a fat pig. Yeah, like healthcare, like just regular healthcare. Do women go to the gynecologist in South Korea? Idols on a regular basis. JYP idols do a yearly checkup, but they still. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Well, thank you, JYP. JYP do a lot. They have their trainees to get read books. They did get them educated. JYP has like a whole training regime, from what I know. I didn't know that they were doing healthcare, but that's good. Yes, and the worst thing about it is people online, yes, actually trying to copy their diets. Yeah, they can. They can. When they're being creepy. JYP usually orders organic. Well, go ahead, JYP. I didn't know that. I like JYP. I like JYP. Oh, y'all know how I feel about JYP. JYP like my side piece. Um, When you talking about sex education in what school? I don't have any sex education in my school. There's no health. There's no health or no sex education in my school. Not in Texas. There's none of that. I have to do that at the house. I have to go and enroll and I had to go buy my kids books about like relationships and sex education and body. Like I went out and bought my son books and was like, here, read this. I did. I went out and bought my sons and daughters books about like reproductive health and stuff like that because it's something that's not taught, but I had to go teach them. Y'all know how I love JYP and them plastic shorts. Y'all know how that man just take Texas make up their own. Texas make up their own everything. Yeah, even when it's not comprehensive, particularly helpful. Yeah, you have to like it's a work in progress. With I have children, so it's always a work in progress. I know Hive has a health and a mental health program too. I know that. Did you see South Korea? Chang called out some of the fandom because they were fighting with Twice fans over South Korea playing Mexico. No, I did not see that. But I know Bang Chang is always in trouble. Y'all pray, y'all prayer warriors. Y'all say a prayer for Bang Chang because he is always just lately. They've been accusing him of putting things online, shading Felix. Like it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. They're always talking about him. Always. Yeah, I remember the pink halter top. Scholar, you're in Scholar when healthcare is completely free. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know Hive has a medical center and then they encourage mental health. Poor Bang Chan. Have I talked about G Dragon his controversial t-shirt? No, I have not. I have not. I have stayed away from G Dragon his controversial shirt because I want to know who made because apparently this shirt is a shirt that he's had 10 years ago and I don't agree with the shirt, of course, naturally. But I want to know where did he get the shirt from and who made the shirt and he's had it for a while. And then he got in trouble about it. G Dragon did 10 years ago and he got in trouble for it again. And then the agency had came out and apologized. And then G Dragon kind of went into hiding. I was like, sir, he must just came out and said what, if I was G Dragon, I would have got on a live stream and I would have set that shirt on fire. Day 2 of Vegas has started. It has started. I would have set that shirt on fire. You couldn't stay with Stray Kids. I went to their concert last year. I'm not a Stray Kids fan, but I went to their concert. I don't know anything about the stays. I know I got some stays here. Twice in the Stray Kids fandom. Are they always at war? Why? Are they? Oh, they're in the same agency, right? Yes, Twice and Stray. Oh, I see why. They're in the same. They're under JYP, right? I went to see Twice this year too. Please hit that like button. Thank you. Ms. Honey said, please hit that like button, people. There's 76 people here. Make sure you smash that like half of y'all want to smash JK. Let me smash that like you want to smash on Jimin. Oh, some of y'all are like, oh, shit. Smash that like you want to smash your bias. Y'all like, shit, well, hell, I do. No, I did not see Jimin's braided hair because, again, I'm trying to do my best not to watch these concert videos. I am trying not to. Oh, my God. Yes, I like the JK. Some of y'all are like, shit, yeah. Jimin's whole hair should have his own Pinterest, his own website. Jimin's hair gonna have his own Pinterest and own website. But anyway, y'all, I know I'm missing out, but I'm trying not to ruin the concert for myself. But I will go look at his hair, though. Oh, Lord, I know I'm missing out. Oh, I know, y'all, I'm missing out. I really apologize. I'm missing out. But anyway, so we're talking about the girl groups and what's going on with the female artists. And so now we're gonna talk about BTS. We're gonna talk about I like Jimin. I saw some of those people that did AI with his hair is like no, I'm not gonna say that. You know what? I'm just gonna keep that to myself about Jimin and his long hair. I can't unsee it now. Okay. I need some sleep, y'all. I gotta look at Jimin's hair. Oh my God. Is it like, oh my God. I felt called out when Jimin said V was sending him photos of Jimin's hair grown to his waist. Yes. V be like, look, here's the AI pic. Yeah, it's about time that I wish idols would call out their fans for fan wars. Jimin has a film of him riding his new bike. Why am I missing? See, I'm not on social media, so I look for you guys to tell me about what's going on. But I have a picture of Jimin and it's like moonlight and his hair is long and he's like nude, like in a tasteful nude, like not in a naked, nasty nude, but like in an artistic nude. Like that's how I see how I would like to do a picture of Jimin. Just the moonlight by a lake and he's nude. And his hair is long, and it's just the moonlight glistening off of his wet body. Okay, that's what I said. Oh, you went to the TXT? I love TXT. That's how I picture Jimin. That's why I would love to see like a artistic representation. I think that would be so lovely. You know, I think it would be lovely. That's why I'm just saying. TXT is my boys. I have a short, I think. But I have a video, by the way, speaking of Jimin, I'm going to say it again before I get up. And we're going to start this BTS discussion about these AMAs and stuff. But I do have a video coming up on Monday about the fans have been complaining about Jimin being left out of photos or being left out of videos. And again, I have no problems with anybody advocating for Jimin. I have no problem about that. But some of the rhetoric and the talk that I've seen are not from Jimin stans. These are people who are not Jimin fans. These people are very disingenuous. And then I've kind of went online and started, y'all know I go online and start looking at people's profiles. And some of the rhetoric around Jimin being mistreated is not real. It's coming from people who are bad faith actors. It is not coming from people who care about Jimin or love Jimin. It is, and so I do a whole video where I kind of like chronicle like me going down the rabbit hole of like, are these people really Jimin solos, or are these people really like trying to sow? And a lot of these people are just trying to sow discord amongst BTS. A lot of these people are not even BTS fans. And so I have a video coming out on Monday talking about was Jimin really left out of these photos? Was Jimin really left out in videos, which I didn't really quite understand what was the complaint about? And just telling people that when you see people on X or social media complaining about certain things in certain groups on certain pages, that you got to understand that some of these people do not have the best intention of the fans or the artists at heart. That some of these people are haters. That some of these people are antis. That some of these people just a month ago, because I go back, I'm like, oh, let me go back. I talk about it in my video. I literally saw one person talking about Jimin was left out some video and they've been doing Jimin wrong. And this person, when I went back and looked at their profile, literally when Adidon came out, they talked about how much they hated the album, how much they didn't like the singing, how much they didn't like Jimin singing, all of these things. And then now I sent them a message and I'm like, it's kind of weird to me that like when BTS Adidon came out, that you were dogging it. And then now you're talking about how Jimin is not being featured in concerts. So can you explain that to me? That bitch, she blocked me. The bitch blocked me. She blocked me. I said, caught you, bitch. Boo, bitch, boo. Knock, knock, knock. It is I. Yeah, she blocked me. Because I was like, weren't you just saying how much you hated the album? Oh, she blocked me. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Hello. I'm like, welcome. So you got to be really, really careful about these things. Yeah, I caught her. And I was like, weren't you the one talking about you hated the album? And you weren't going to the concert? And now you complain about concert videos that you haven't seen? And then, like I said in my video, I said, some people, I'll be like, well, what concert video are you talking about? What picture are you talking about? Don't you know these people couldn't even answer me? I was like, what do you mean, Jimin not in what concert video? Can you tell me which venue, which location? Do you have a snippet? Do you have something? No? Oh, you ain't got nothing? Do you know which video? Okay. Wait a minute. I looked at your page. Weren't you saying Jimin was a weirdo like 2-3 weeks ago? Interesting. Very interesting. Girl, they be blocking me off the internet because I'll be clocking their asses left and right. I'll be on their asses. I'll be like, didn't you say this 3 months ago? I'll go way, way back. I'm like, I got all day. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm up. I got time today. I'm like, let me just scroll back. Yeah, so I'll go through all of their posts and I'll just skim and see. And some of these people, just a couple of months ago, they were dragging BTS in the concert and Adidon and everything else. And then now all of a sudden they're complaining about Jimin not getting a push. And I'm like, you're a liar. You're a fucking liar. I'm like, oh, do I know Enhypen? Yes. I went to their tour and I went to their concert in 2024. I did a lot of videos about Enhypen. Yeah. They like these people are horrible. These people are not Jimin fans. These people are not. A lot of these people aren't. And so, like the Delulu, Jimin solo stands, I at least give them that for being consistent. But some of these other people that are complaining about certain things, about certain idols that are being mistreated, even beyond BTS, are bad faith actors. They are not fans of the group. They are trying to break up the group. They are trying to talk about, well, JK got more attention than Jimin. And I'm like, why would you post that? What is your point? And I've told them, so your point is what? Why are you trying to sow discord? Like they're doing this on purpose. And so I call these people out, you know. They do. Oh, she's talking to me, girl. I'll cuss these people out. You know what I really want to do is cuss these people out. But you know, I try to be civil about it, but you know, you just get me in a bag, you get me in a mood. But I'm not on social media, but I do go to social media to research because I want to know firsthand what people are saying or thinking, whether it be in Korean spaces or on social media in America. I want to know. I want to know. Yeah, you reported one account that they were instigating fan wars. Good. I will report these people left and right. Like I will first of all, I will probably cuss them out and then I'll report them left and right. Because again, I don't mind people, you know, taking up for their bias or if they're a solo stand. I have solo stands that come to my channel and I don't mind solo stands as long as you're not crazy with it. As long as then people trying to throw Big Hit under the bus and then they were New Jeans fans. So many people were New Jeans fans. And I was like, what you worried about Jimin for? Bitch, aren't you a New Jeans fan? Oh, child. Jeez. have to say some prayers. I'm not even a believer. And I have to say some prayers. I was like, Lord, I don't even believe in God, but I'm going to say some prayers today. Because I'm like, you are a fucking bunny. You're a fucking Taki. Get the fuck out of here. Like, what? What are you talking about, Jimin? Are you a Jimin fan now, bitch? Because you was just talking bad about Hive and Big Head just 2 weeks ago. No, letting you go. I had to meditate. Because I'm like, dude, you were just talking bad. You a New Jeans fan. I'm like, don't worry about what BTS is doing. Stay your ass over there. I'm like, go on now. What you worried about Jimin for? You ain't even a BTS fan. Oh, God. She kept looking at the crowd, but he had it. Oh, really? I have to see these baddies. Y'all telling me all this stuff. Y'all talking about ghetto. It's another sense of parasocialism. I talk about that in my video on Monday. Y'all see it. It's another sense of parasocialism. There are people who parasocialize. There are certain groups that are favorites. And then there's the opposite parasocial people who hate BTS so much that they have whole Reddit groups and pages and websites, and all they talk about is BTS and how much they hate them and dog them. I'm like, you have a parasocial attachment to BTS. It's just the opposite. Instead of love, it's hate. So it's two sides of the same coin. These people do the same shit, you know. Jimmy was such a flirt for teasing her. Oh my God, I gotta see this. Y'all be telling me about this stuff. I gotta go online look at this shit. They did the same thing about V too. Yes, they did the same thing about V. They've done it about JKV, all of them. They claim that somebody is being victimized. And I was like, do you think Jimin, I said in my video, do you think Park Jimin need to be victimized about anything? We are at peak Jimin. This is Jimin's supremacy right now. Jimin is looking good, sounding good, feeling good. He's dancing all over the stage. Jimin is looking cute as hell. What does Jimin have to worry about any fucking thing? There's nothing that Jimin has to worry about anything at all. Jimin is on top of his game right now. Jimin is just on top. Like he's living his best Jimin life right now. Like there's nothing like Jimin is the envy of all of fucking K-pop right now. I mean, outside of BTS. Everybody else is gonna want to be Jimin. Watch, wait for it. I keep telling y'all. Since we're on the topic of BTS, let me just put this out there. Y'all wait for it. Give it about 6 months to a year. And everything that BTS is doing right now, from their style of clothing, from their hair, from their dress, from their music videos, just give it 6 months to a year, you guys. And y'all will start to see other groups are like, they're going to start doing their own version of Hooligan. They're going to start doing their own version of one member being a long-haired baddie. They're going to do, like this is what's going to happen. 6 months to a year. Give them time to catch up. Because, whatever BTS do, they trendsetters. Everybody else just starts to copy it. So give about 6 months to a year. Yeah, there you go. Oh, no one touches your daughters. I don't mind that. That's a good feeling. It's already happened with the copycats. What happened with the copycats? Who copycatting already? Already? Damn, I said at least give it 6 months to a year. Y'all talking about, no, it's happening right now, girl. Damn. Wow. Okay. Well, I said 6 months to a year, but y'all talking about it already started. I was trying to get in the benefit of the doubt, y'all, but y'all are telling me it's already started. Maybe I just haven't noticed. Things move really fast. I'm like, damn, they already started. They already got on it. Well, okay, I stand corrected then. People copied their sailor. Oh yeah, I heard about that. I didn't think they copied it. I think that he was a sailor, and that he had already had that concept in the can. Maybe I'm trying to give that one the benefit of the doubt. It's a little early, but I don't know. You may see some at awards. I'm interested to see. So speaking of BTS, let's talk about BTS and the AMAs. Y'all ready? Y'all ready for the AMAs? Now shit, it's gonna be a problem for me because I don't have cable. I don't have CBS, nor do I have Paramount Plus. So I don't know how I'm going to see it. I guess I'm just going to wait for people to go online and post it because I don't have either one of those channels. So I don't know how I'm going to watch the American Music Awards. Am I going to apply the job? What job with JK? Is JK hiring? I'll be like, JK, here I come. Here I come, JK. No CBS. I don't have any I don't have no CBS. I don't have none of this stuff. I don't have cable. So I don't know how I'm going to watch. Not unless I sign up for Paramount, do a live stream tomorrow. I thought about it, but I don't have Paramount Plus. I don't have any of it. JK asked for a vlog camera person who can edit. Oh my God, I'm not good. I'm not good at, no, I'm not good at vlog camera editing. I would suck. I couldn't. And then even if I was good, CBS regular TV though, I don't have regular TV. He looking for somebody to film and edit for him. I couldn't do it. I would be so nervous. I would be vomiting. I would be vomiting. I'm not good at filming. AMA's I'm not even that great at editing. AMA's let everybody waiting last year and announced the K-pop categories offline. Did they? You should have. No, I don't have CBS either. I don't have none of that. Long hair don't care. He is Gucci. They probably, yeah, they will have clips. They will, if you have Paramount Plus, the premium one, they will show it live on Paramount Plus. If you have Walmart Plus, Paramount is very. What is Walmart Plus? What are y'all talking? What are y'all saying to me right now? What is Walmart Plus? Is that a station? I have no. I order groceries. Order my Vince Great girl. I have a little skills. I'm not expecting much for the award show. I know I'm not either. JK is trolling. I know. JK, I'm like, he can get people to do it. I hear something in my room. BTS is supposed to be there in person. I know. I think JK was joking. Oh, I do have Walmart for online ordering. Is that, I gotta look into that. Let me write that down because I don't know. I had to check. Yeah. Walmart Plus is a subscription where you can get Paramount. Oh, is it? Oh, he filmed a mini vlog featuring Jimin. Okay, I didn't know that either. I didn't know that was Walmart. BTS is in my room. Ah, BTS. Right now, my room is empty. This is my old house. Tomorrow, I will actually be at my new house tomorrow. Hopefully. Today, I thought we were going to be at the new house today, but I just ran out of energy. Maybe on Amazon Prime. I do have Amazon Prime for TV. That's how I watch TV. $99 plus account through Walmart. You can sign up for Paramount for free. It has some limitations. Okay. Y'all, I'm gonna look into it when I get off this live stream because um I think I vaguely heard about something like that. Is it's up on YouTube, the JK film? No, I didn't rest. I went last night. I was editing and I fell asleep editing. Like I had this video that I'm doing and I fell asleep editing. I was like, I woke up. I'm like, did I fall asleep editing? I was like, I did. But no, I have not. Tuesday is our official, is when the movers come to move the heavy stuff. But I think tomorrow we're gonna go to the new house. But I'm still at the old house. That's why everything's like echo, echo. That's why it's a big echo because it's just empty in here. It's just empty. It's empty. But I think I'm gonna try to go. How's Jennifer doing? Paramount, yeah, Paramount is. And I might have to, but I hate to sign up for Paramount Plus and then like. But I guess there's a free trial, right? But then you have to do the premium because if you do uh the regular one, the essentials, then it's not available until the next day. I am staying high. How is Jennifer? I text messaged her today. Jennifer is still distraught. She is still in the process of grieving. So she's just trying to make it the best way that she can. If you guys have not heard, her dad had a cat of 13 years. So the cat has had a myriad of health issues. So not only did my father-in-law passed away, but then Jennifer had to take his cat and get the cat put to sleep. So yeah, that is horrifying. He has had the cat was 13, 14 years old. Yeah. Um, yeah. So she had to have the cat put to sleep because the cat has had a myriad of health issues, and her dad could not keep up with the medications and the things, and so she took the cat to a vet, and they basically told her that like the cat was in a lot of pain and had so many health issues that that it would be basically better to put the cat down. And so that's what she did. She took the cat to the SPCA and had and put the cat down, her dad's cat. Yeah, it's been a very it's been a hard year. Like I said, this is all coming at the time that I'm moving. Yeah, it's definitely more humane. The cat was suffering for quite a while. Um, and so yeah, like there's no way that Jennifer could have paid for the medication, and she has her own cat, and then I child, I just I'm not emotionally able to take care of any pet at this time. So after going through what I went through with Mickey in January, I'm not in any sound of mind to have another pet. Like not that my kids want another pet. I'm like, I can't do it. Like I'm not able to do it after losing Mickey in January. I just can't. Like we still have our leopard geckos. We have two geckos that I just moved today. But the leopard geckos are really my kids' thing. It's not my thing. I'm not into lizards. I find them creepy. They're kind of cute, but they're kind of creepy. Hello, Jasmine. And they're kind of creepy, but the leopard geckos are definitely my son and daughter's thing. So, not my thing. They're not a cuddly pet, you know. But yes, Jennifer is hanging in there the best way she can. But putting down the cat was sad for me as well. I hate for anybody to put down any animal, especially animal that's been around 13, 14 years, you know, um, ever since Jennifer was in her 20s. Like that's just just heartbreaking. And so yeah. So I got a lot going on. So I'm trying to do all my videos tomorrow. Like I'm trying to get as many videos as I can tomorrow because this week is the movers come on Tuesday. It's just and then the whole week is just cleaning and whatever. When your dog died, she was done. Yeah, I can't. I don't think I don't know if I'll ever be able to have another pet. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. Like I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. I just I can't, you know. Yeah, it is just one step at a time. It's just it's hard. It's you know, like I said, I lost Buttons to leukemia. He died in Buttons died February. I had to put Buttons to sleep February of 2023 because he had leukemia and he held on for a while. So at least I knew he was sick, but he had held on as much as he can. I put my cat to sleep around Valentine's Day of February. Happy Valentine's Day. February of 2023, Valentine's Day. I took the cat, I drove the cat to have him put to sleep. Buttons. Buttons was the cat that my late husband gave me. Buttons is the cat that my late husband brought home when I was pregnant with my son. And he was like, look, I got this cat. And he rescued him from the SPCA. And that's very much like my late husband. Um, he was a very impulsive. He would just do things on a whim. And so I didn't like that because I'm a very like I have a lot of anxiety. I don't like everything to be controlled. But my late husband would always just pick up stray cats or feed stray animals. Like he was just like that. He liked animals. And so he brought this little kitten home and he was like, look, a kitten, and just shoved it in my face. And I remember I was 4 months pregnant and I said, I don't want this cat here because I'm like, we already had a dog. I had a dog. I brought a dog into the relationship and he shoved his cat in my face. And I was like, no, this is not going to work. But it worked. The cat and the dog ended up coexisting, but I was pregnant. But yes, and then I kept that cat and my husband passed away. And in 2023, I had to put the cat to sleep, which was very heartbreaking. But we still had Mickey, right? Because Mickey and Buttons were like besties. My dog had died. I had to put my dog to sleep. I had to put my dog to sleep when my husband was still alive. And then Buttons died in 2023 in February, Valentine's Day. And then literally April the 14th of 2023, I woke up and I was gonna go to work early. And I went into my mom's room and I said, Mom, it's time for you to get up because I noticed she wasn't up and she's usually up early. And I went into my mom's room and she was cold. And my mother was cold. And then I backed out of my mother's room and my son got up and I pushed my son away and I said no. And my son is like, what's going on? I remember I slammed their door and I just sat there and I was like, I was literally standing in a hallway hyperventilating because I had never seen a dead person. I have never experienced anything like that. And I was hyperventilating. And so I stood in the hallway and I cried and then I called 911 and I knew my mother was gone. And so that's what happened. And so that was 2 months after I put my cat to sleep, my mom died. And then 2 weeks after my mother died, at the end of April, I found out that the house that I lived in the neighborhood, we had to move out. It was like some eminent domain thing, and we had to, and then I had a month to get out of the house, and so I moved at the beginning of June. I had 30 days. 30 days. So my mother died, and then they're like, oh, you got to be out here by June 1st. I was like, what? I was like, what is happening? Like, I like, and so here I was with a 12-year-old and my son was 12, almost 13. And my daughter was little. She was like 9 years old. And here I am having to move, pack up a whole 4-bedroom, 2-story house and find another house and move by the beginning of June. And so while my mother had already died. So 2023 was probably the worst year I probably had in my life. I don't even remember moving. We talked about this the other day. I told Jennifer, I don't even remember moving here. We've been here for 3 years. I don't remember moving here. I don't remember what happened. I don't remember the stuff I packed. I don't remember nothing. I just remember being stunned and just silent. Like I just was like, I gotta move. I was not ready to move, but we had to move. And so we moved here. And I moved like an hour away from where we used to live, and I had to change the kids' schools, and thank God that worked out. And now we're moving right down the street. So I'm moving like right around the corner. I'm literally moving like 10 minutes away. And this time, this is a choice of me to move. Like I've been planning this for months now for us to move. Y'all know I've been looking at homes, and y'all know I've been talking about finding a new house and getting out of the neighborhood, which is nothing wrong with here, but we need a change, something different. This wasn't the house that I wanted. It was the house that I was just kind of like, okay, just give me this one. I don't care. So that's the story about it. So I'm moving now, and it's hectic, but I've been moving for the past 2 months now. So everything's been thrown away and cleaned and done properly. And so there you go. That was a lot. Yeah, my brain went numb for quite a long time. And then we're also around that time, I had a friend for 5 years that we got into a big, huge fight, and we have not talked since. We have not talked since 2023, and I have not talked to her. And we were friends for quite a while. Like she was like one of my other best friends, and then we got into a huge fight, which was thoroughly her fault. It wasn't my fault, and it had to do with my mom's death, and I was grieving, and she was just like, like I wanted to mope around and grieve in my own time. And she was just kind of like, well, you should go out with us. And I'm like, I don't want to go out with anybody. I'm grieving. So, and then she got annoyed and irritated with me. And I of course went off and was like, you're irritated with me for not going out because my mom just died like 3 months ago. Like, and I'm having to move right now. And you're I was like, and you're mad at me because I don't want to go out and have fun. I'm like, I'm sorry. Well, you're just like no fun right now. You're letting guilt and you're letting like grief over what? I'm like, what is this? I was like, and I told her basically fuck off, and I ain't need this shit. And I told her I don't want to be friends with her no more. And I was like, we're done. And I was in tears, and I was like, we're done. Like, how can you say something like that to somebody? Like, I let people grieve at their own time, but the fact that this person had been friends with me for so long, and then she was basically, for some reason, getting an attitude because I was having a really hard time coping. And, I was like having my pity party, which I was allowed to have my pity party. It only been 3 months since my mom died, which turned my life. Yeah. So I stopped being friends. So we stopped being friends. And so I haven't talked to her since. Yeah. I agree. That's what, and Jennifer was stunned. Like when I told Jennifer, Jennifer was really stunned about, she couldn't believe, because she's known this person, met this person, and she was just in shock that this person would do me like this. She's like, she said, what? I was like, she was like, I don't even, she couldn't even comprehend. I still to this day can't even comprehend what happened. Like why, I don't know if she was going through something else. I try to give people the benefit of that. I don't know if she was going through something else and maybe I didn't know about. But for her to come at me like that, I was like, girl, my mama just died like 4 months ago. What is wrong with you? So I just stopped being friends with her. I just stopped. Yeah, I just stopped. And then when her father died, I was very empathetic. I gave her money to fly to Louisiana. I I did everything to be there for her when she was struggling financially and all these things. So I understand about helping people and then people not helping you because I've experienced it. And so I helped her when her father died for her to, she didn't have any money. She asked me and I was like, sure, no questions asked. I'm like, don't pay me back. We're good. I mean, that's the kind of person I am. I'm like, you ain't got to worry about paying me back. So I paid for a plane ticket for her to get back home to help bury her father. And that was it. I was supportive. And for her to do me like that, it's still something that I thought about that the other day. Like I thought about her and I was like, I wonder what she's doing. But, you know, I just, for her not to have any empathy, it was very cold. So I learned to I sent her a tearful text message and I told her, I said, we're supposed to be really good friends. Like, why would you talk to me like this? Like, why would you, you know, expect me to just snap out of my mother dying? Okay. And she had had issues with her mother. And I've had issues with my mom too, but her and her mom had a contentious relationship. So maybe it was mommy issues. Me and my mom, we had solved all of our problems. Like I'd forgiven my mom for everything, but I know that my friend, her and her mother had a bad relationship, and I think that she was possibly maybe envious the fact that me and my mother had a really close relationship. I don't know what it is. People act in strange ways, I just, I have no idea. No, I don't want to open it. I thought about contacting her the other day, but I just like, what is her background? I don't know. She's from New Orleans. What is her background? I don't know. Louisiana, is that a background? A crazy Louisiana? People from Louisiana, I've not had a good. I had a couple of friends from Louisiana, and they are a different breed of people, for good and for bad. But she was like a real, like we were really like this, tight, tight, tight. Like she was like would pick my kids up from school if I needed, like real close. And she's, yeah. And so I still to this day don't know what happened. I've cleaned my life from that kind of people for good as well. I've learned my lesson many times over to get rid of toxic people and toxic and relationships that are very one-sided. I think Jennifer is one of the few people that I can sit there and say that our relationship has not been one-sided. That Jennifer has always been understanding and there for me through breakups, through self-doubt, through my high levels of stress and anxiety. Jennifer Jennifer is a lot younger than me, but she's always kind of like having to mother me a little bit. Jennifer has to always have to pep talk me and kind of mom me along a lot of times, and I forget that she's like, Jennifer is significant. She's like in her late 30s, and she's like, I always have to like mom you along. I was like, I know, like I need a lot of encouragement. So Jennifer's always been there since day one. I told y'all since day one. Since the day that I met John and he was like, here's my sister Jennifer. And I was like, hey, hey. You know, and me, I'm real quiet. And then next thing you know, she made a joke about John and we both started laughing. She made some kind of really weird joke. I forgot what it was. It wasn't a weird joke, it was a funny joke. She made fun of John or something. And she was like, well, you know, you're with my brother, so you understand how it is. Like something like that. And I looked at her and I said, and I died. And I said, oh, she funny. And she would crack jokes on John, all like brother and sister. And you know, me, I didn't grow up with any siblings. And so they would crack jokes on each other. And then she would say things that I would be like not wanting to say. Because, you know, when you're first dating someone, you don't want to really say something. Jennifer would say it. Jennifer would be like, I know what she's thinking. She's thinking. And I would look at her and be like, and I would die. And he'd be like, why are you laughing? And I'm like, because your sister's hilarious. She's funny. Are you taking her side? I'm like, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. And he would get mad at us because we would take each other's side. And then she would tell John, I like her. She's funny. And I am quite funny. And we would be sarcastic jerks together. And so we were both two very kind of funny, sarcastic people. But John wasn't. You know, John was sarcastic in his own right. But we would kind of like gang up on him. And he would be like, I can't stand y'all. And then I used to tell John, I was like, I like your sister more than you. Like, I'm in this relationship because of Jennifer. Like, I'm here because of Jennifer. I was like, if I break up with you, will I lose Jennifer? Y'all, my late husband be so pissed. He'd be like, the only reason you stay in this marriage, I was like, look, the only reason I'm married because of Jennifer. I mean, really, let's just all be honest. And Jennifer's like, even if you guys did break up, I'd still be your friend. I was like, okay, well then. Oh, we could be some mean assholes sometimes. But we would just give John a little bit of it. He would just be like, you too. I'm like, we would just go off and have adventures. And we were like, I mean, I've never met anyone in my life that I felt like I really know this person. Like, it's a weird thing to meet somebody and you meet them for the first time and you're like, oh, I like this person. And that's how it was. We've always liked each other. We've always liked each other. We had a lot in common. We always liked each other. Is it the same way with you and your sister-in-law? Oh, Jennifer's definitely a keeper. I did. I was like, push came to shove. Even if me and my late husband would have got a divorce, me and Jennifer would still been friends. We would have never let go because she don't have any sisters and I don't have any siblings. So for her, it was like I stepped in as like, you know, like, hey, a sister. Jennifer's like my sister for real, for real. Like Jennifer is family for real, for real. Like we do, like I said, we go to K-pop. I wouldn't have a channel if it wasn't for her. She's the one that introduced me to K-pop. She's the one I go to concerts with. She's always in the background, hovering in the background. You see her hair swaying. You just see the blonde hair going back and forth. And Jennifer is real cool people, like real cool people. Like we talk about a lot of stuff, like politics, religion, even though Jennifer's religious and I'm not, but I respect that. And we have a lot of like the way we see life and things, a lot in common, you know. And Jennifer, I understand she would go to bat for me and I would go to bat for her. And it's been tested over and over again and Jennifer has never failed. In a world full of flaky ass fucking people, Jennifer is the only person that really hasn't like really flaked out on me and my kids. Like I can always count for her, you know, being there or whatever, you know. Or she's your K-pop craft buddy. Oh, you love the replies when Jennifer be on the video. She be tapping. She have everybody cracking up. You know, she have everybody cracking up. But yeah, but that's what I say about Jennifer. But y'all let me know how the AMAs go. I will try to watch it. I will try to see if I can maybe order Paramount and get like a week's preview because I don't want to spend. I don't know how much is it, $14.99 a month just to watch BTS. I just, you know, and then I don't know how much BTS is going to be on there. Like I hear for the rumors that they're going to perform. And so again, and then I don't know when they're going to do the K-pop awards because some of y'all are telling me that they do them at the end of the show. And I don't want to watch the whole damn show because I'm not interested in the American Music Awards. I'm only interested in BTS. So, at least I get along. You're looking more for FIFA. You're excited about. I'm more excited about the FIFA halftime show. And then speaking of FIFA, y'all don't like. Why was they dragging Lisa? Girl, they was dragging Lisa for film. Oh, my stomach hurts so bad, y'all. I was trying not to laugh at my girl because y'all know Lisa is my bias in Blackpink. They were dog walking. They was dog walking Lisa. Why you let Lisa get dog walk like that? I felt so, girl, I felt so bad for her. I heard the Shakira song and I loved it. The Shakira song was good. There's another song out there by two lady singers that I have never heard of. I think one of them, his name is Amaya or something like that. I thought that song was good. I'm not hip to the World Cup, y'all, so I don't know. Y'all tell me what kind of songs are they supposed to have on the World Cup? Again, I live in America, so soccer is popular here, but not like popular. But yes, Lisa from Blackpink and Anita and Rema did a song, and I watched the music video and I said, I kind of like this. But then I read the comment section and I was like, oh, okay. Don't if you pull up the FIFA video, girl, go read the comment section. I was reading that comment section. Y'all, I was gagging so hard. I was left. I was cackling. So I was trying not to cackle, y'all. I really was. I was trying not to cackle. Y'all talking about the song was not it, baby. They was talking about hashtag bring JK back. They was like, bring JK back. They like, what the fuck is this? Girl, they was talking about I felt so bad for Lisa because it's not her fault. She didn't write the song. Damn. She looked good in the video though. Child, they was talking about bring JK back. I said, Lord have mercy. These people here is wild. They talking about where is JK? They like, where the F is JK? This song was kind of catchy. It was like goals. I was like, yeah, beauty goals, hair goals, body goals, hitting the goals in your face. I'm looking good. I'm driving down the street. I got goals. I was like, goals, bitch, goals. Yeah, Shakira's looking good. Goals. Get it, goals. I got goals. I'm goals in your face. Look at me, I'm looking good. I'm driving my car. I got car goals. I had all kinds. I had car goals. I had body goals. I had like a to-do list, like a grocery store list. I'm like, I got grocery store goals. I had all kinds of goals. But honey, in that comment section, child, they was like, what the fuck is this? I said, I'm taking it that the people didn't like it, baby. They was not trying to hear about them goals. They was like, no. Body goals. Shakira's the Mariah Carey of FIFA. I love Shakira. She was great. Yeah, JK did that song on during the solar era. Yeah. Goals. Yeah. I told y'all I was talking about I had grocery store goals. I was like, grocery store goals. I had goals. I had all kinds of goals, girl. I was like, come on now. What kind of goals we got? Goals. I heard that song. I was like, yeah, it's not too bad. And people's like, that's not appropriate. People are saying it's not appropriate for the World Cup. I'm like, I got fitness goals. I got treadmill goals. Y'all, I was trying not to laugh, y'all. Goals are making you stop trolling. Oh, y'all better be glad I went in the conversation talking about goals, goals. Like I said, I didn't think the song was bad until I read the comment section, and I was like, oh, so this, because I don't know nothing about the World Cup, and I was like, oh, this is not appropriate. And then I went back and listened to some of the previous songs, and I'm like, the songs are talking about like unity and being uplifting, and I was like, oh, so this is what the World Cup song's supposed to be about. Oh, y'all supposed to be talking about some real shit. Y'all ain't supposed to be talking about driving around in your Bugatti. Oh, okay. Oh, y'all not supposed to be talking about look how fine I am. Goes, this song, oh, it's supposed to be uplifting. This supposed to be a real song about some real shit. Oh, okay. Sorry. I was like, I didn't know. And I didn't know. I just thought this was supposed to be just a bop. I'm like, it's a bop. And they had some soccer players in it. And then Lisa was dressed like in a little soccer outfit and she was dancing. I said, oh, this cool. I was like, somebody was like, that is for the club, not for the World Cup. I said, oh, I didn't know. Half the song was about the World Cup, half it was like going to the club. It was going to the club, girl. I was like, hey. She was like, I'm looking good in the club. I got goals. I'm like, oh, my body goes. Oh, girl, get it. I was like, go, Lisa. Go, Lisa. Go, Lisa. Go, Lisa. Like, I was all for it. Oh, it's supposed to be. See, I didn't know. I thought World Cup songs was supposed to be up in the club songs. Like I thought that was the same thing. I thought as long as you put some soccer players in the music video, then it's fine. I was like, well, they got soccer players. I was like, what are people complaining for? They got soccer players in the video. Damn it! Now what y'all mad about? Then I went and looked at the other songs, and I'm like, oh, y'all talking about like unity and soccer and uplifting type of shit. I was like, oh, oops. Yeah, the others, it was about, yeah. Sounds like a Toyota truck ad. They were like, we are one people, and our colors. I was like, ooh. And then I went and listened to another World Cup song, and it's like, everybody get together. I was like, oh, okay. And then another one is like, oh, yeah, unity. And I'm like, ooh. And then I'll go back to that Lisa song, and I'm like, ooh. It was like, break it down, twerk. I was like, oh, perhaps this song is a little bit inappropriate. Perhaps they didn't read the room. Oh God, Shakira, her song was good. Shakira was dancing, and then she had some dancers, and then the theme was uplifting, and the song was catchy. And I was like, okay, Shakira. And people were like, well, the Shakira song is how the World Cup song's supposed to be. I was like, oh, I just thought it was like, get it, smack it, goals. I didn't know what was the yellow card for twerking on the field. Oh, fans across the world are supposed to be able to do TikTok videos and line dances to a FIFA song. Oh, I didn't know that. See, that's why I knew you guys. What? Thought my kids was calling me girl. Why it gotta be sexy? I don't know. Lisa looked really sexy with her little soccer outfit on. She looked real cute. She looked real cute with her little soccer outfit on. But I thought it was a little hoochie fried. I thought it was a little. I was like, it's a little. Yeah, a little. It's a little scantily clad. It's a little. I was like, girl, okay, girl, all right, girl. So I didn't know that was not appropriate. Am I? Am I? Jonathan. Y'all hold on. Hold on. My kids don't never listen to me. I try to call them, they just like run off. They ain't paying attention anyway. But yeah, so I just thought, but I did get a good chuckle out of it because people, and then people were dragging Lisa, and I'm like, she's not the only person that's on the song. She started out the song. But she ain't the only person on it. While she was adding to the alcohol. Lisa like, I ain't got time for this. Lisa like, I'm just here to do my job and look cute and talk about goals. Dreamers was, yeah, I've heard the Dreamers song. It was a good song. It was a good song and it was a good World Cup song. People are talking about that. Lisa talking about drop some money. I was like, hey, drop some money 2.0. Drop some money. Drop some money. I was like, really, it did kind of seem like drop some money 2.0. I was like, this the remix, girl. Go ahead. I wasn't, again, I was not mad, but apparently I've learned since then that it is not an appropriate song. And considering the other ones I listened to, I was like, yeah, this is not appropriate for the people. So I feel bad for Lisa because it's not like she wrote the song. It's not like she produced the song. It's just she was just there to sing a song, and that's what she did and do a music video. And so you know, and the fact that people are dragging Lisa, and I was like, there's other people in the song. She ain't the only person in the song. Why y'all dragging her? Like I mean, I'm like, come on now. And then you had some blinks trying to defend it. You had some blinks in the comment section. They was trying to defend it, child. They was like, "Oh, this song is good." I was like, just because blinks, y'all can't go up against the soccer the soccer fans. Don't do it. You will get hurt. That's like the whole world. So the blinks is trying to like clap back at the soccer fans, and the soccer fans are like, they like, oh, I'm not K-pop person. This ain't no, this is not no just no K-pop thing. This is like the World Cup. This is serious for them. This is serious. And so, the World Cup fans are like, this is worldwide. These are the millions upon millions of people that's going to be watching this game and listening to this soundtrack. So they was like, go on now, Blinks. Now y'all better go on somewhere with that. Like, that's just crazy. Like, don't. Yeah, soccer fans are a whole different breed. They was like, you K-pop fans. They was like, okay, who are you again? Like, K-pop fans. They was like, hell no. They like, they didn't care what those blinks had to say, which is truthfully, because that's their thing. Like, soccer is their thing. So it's like, you have people, that watch the FIFA like, this is their thing. So to have blinks and K-pop fans try to tell them what's good and what's appropriate, what's not appropriate, they were like, you guys don't even like soccer, half of y'all. Like, y'all not even soccer fans. They're like, so what are you in talking about this song? Again, it's not an appropriate song for the World Cup, period. Yeah, K-pop fans, yes, they need to learn how to stay in their lane. Right. 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 It's like they need to stay in their lane, honey. It's like go ahead and go, just K-pop fan blinks. Go ahead and take this L and use it as a learning lesson for Lisa and any other K-pop singer that wants to be in on a World Cup song. This is a learning lesson. Is that sometimes, I understand Lisa got a check. She probably got a nice check for being on this song, but sometimes you have to sit back and be like, okay, and be a little bit more discerning about projects that they take on. Because I think a lot of the sentiment in K-pop is, oh, we're going to be on this program, we're going to do this and that, and there's like an excitement from the fandoms and also from the artists, and because they're getting a check and that's more exposure and stuff like that. But sometimes, you all money ain't good money. Sometimes you have to sit back and be like, is this going to ruin my reputation? Or what's this song about? Or can I read the lyrics first? Is this appropriate? Like, sometimes you just got to ask a lot of questions before. And I'm not saying Lisa didn't, but I think if she would have asked a lot more questions and been a bit more discerning, then I think she probably would have been like, okay, I'm not going to do this. Like, this doesn't seem right. Instead of just being like, we're going to give you this check. You're going to be with these other artists. you're going to have exposure. This is FIFA. This is the biggest game in the world. And that's, I think that this is a great opportunity. And I think that's a lot of times they always, you have to have people, for Lisa with her own solo agency, you have to have people working for you that understands what's going on, you know. And I think it was definitely a misstep and a mistake for her to be on this World Cup song. If I would have read them lyrics and would have understood the concept for the song and the video, I would have been like, wait, like this. But that's what happens when you don't have, like, you know, I'm not saying that she does or doesn't, but it just doesn't seem like sometimes the things that Lisa do, I'm kind of like, what kind of people she got working over there? Like, I'm like, does she really have like seasoned people on her team besides the stylist, besides the hair, the makeup, and the music end of it? That seems fine. But does she have seasoned people when it comes to these promotional events and these opportunities? Because it seems like she's made missteps before, and that will take time for her team to understand. But it just seems to me like she's kind of stepped in certain things in certain areas, musically and non-musically, that I would have been like, girl, I wouldn't have done that, you know. And so it just kind of seems like she doesn't have, like, you need really seasoned, knowledgeable people, you know. OT7 Dreamers version, never do it all. Yeah, all money ain't good money, huh, honey. It's not. You know, but she'll learn. Like, this is just, to me, I just chalk this up as a misstep, and it's a learning lesson. It should be for her and her team going forward, that we need to dig a little deeper, and maybe you need to hire some international people who kind of know what's going on. Because I promise you, if they would have had some international people on their team, and I don't know if they do or don't, they would have been like, no, this is, they would have been like, no, girl, this ain't it. Like, I know the World Cup. I know what kind of music and what kind of vibe this is, and this song is not that type of vibe. And they would have been like, I would probably say no. Or maybe they did and she just decided to push ahead with it anyway. I don't know. But you have to have a good team around you. And the things that I've seen Lisa do, I'm just kind of like, girl, do you got a good team around you? You know, yeah, they are trying to get her being everywhere and doing everything right now, and that can learn to backfire on you. Yeah, BTS, they should perform fire. Everything lit is fire. Everything is okay. Originally, BTS was supposed to perform due to the FIFA World Cup, but then it changed to JK. So BTS has been on their radar. Yeah, I'm glad too that they have BTS performing. Chris Martin invited BTS. Chris Martin loves some BTS. He know what's up. He know what's up. Chris Martin's, you know. Yeah, Lisa's a brand singer, not a singer. I agree. And I like Lisa. And I like the excitement and the things that she brings to her. Um I still remember Lisa from when I heard the song Sexy Girl. You know, I don't know about DJ Snake, because I'm a big DJ Snake fan, by the way. When I heard, because, okay, well, first of all, let me just tell you, I like Latin music a lot. I listen to a lot of Latin music. I don't have to know what the lyrics are at all. I like Latin music because it's like an infusion of all different kinds of music that I like. So when I heard DJ Snake and I heard Meg Thee Stallion and Lisa, I didn't know who Lisa was. I heard this song, and that's when I became a fan of her. Then she did the song with my dude Tay Yang, when she did she that was my ringtone again for months on end. When she did that song with Tay Yang, because you know Big Bang. Okay, I like Big Bang. Y'all know I like. Oh, okay. I was about to get into my Big Bang medley. Bang, bang, bang. Even though I'm mad at G Dragon right now, that's okay, G Dragon. You're not my bias anyway. TOP ain't in the group, so you know I feel a little salty about that anyway. But anyway, we're gonna move on to Tay Yang. But anyway, when she did the song with him, I was like, "Is this Lisa?" And I was like, "Oh, I like her." I was like, "Oh, she got." And then I saw her on stage, and I was like, "She got a good stage presence. She got a good look." I like Lisa a lot, and Lisa became my favorite. She's a person that I knew of Blackpink first, even before I knew who Blackpink was. But yeah, I mean, I knew who Blackpink was, but you know, I just didn't. I had never really listened to her music. But then after that, the collaborations did what it's supposed to do. which brings in new fans, which brought people like me going, who is Lisa? Lisa. Who is this? Oh, that's Blackpink Lisa. I'm like, Blackpink, like the K-pop group? I was like, let me go check them out. And that's when I checked out Blackpink. And they kind of reminded me of Big Bang. And then I found out that they were with the same age, were the same agency. And I used to be a big YG stan. And so yeah, that's how I got into to casually liking Blackpink because I really did like their music. But I like Lisa first. Lisa got my attention because of the DJ Snake song. Taeyang, baby. Taeyang, he coming out with a new album, y'all. Y'all go support him. Taeyang running around here taking his shirt off and everything for y'all. Like he taking his shirt off, he have naked, whatever. You know, he's been taking his shirt off since 2009, 2010. Y'all give it up for the man who's been taking his shirt off all this time. This man been running around half naked for everybody. He was on Coachella running around with no shirt on. Like, you know, he the king of no shirt. His shirt will fall off at any moment. Taeyang will be walking to the store. Like he be at the Korean grocery store. His shirt will just fall off. At any moment. Like any moment, his shirt would just fall off. Like you don't care. Like it just I appreciate him. And Taeyang is a good singer. So I'll tell you that right now. He's a really good singer. I like his voice. But when he did that song with Lisa, I was like, I listened to that song. My kids hated that song because that song would be in the car. She, If you have not seen that song, if y'all seen that video with him and Lisa, that song is a whole bop, y'all. That song is like, it's catchy. Matter of fact, at this live stream, I'm gonna go watch it. I'm like, man, I ain't heard that song. I used to go listen to that song like once every 6 months. I was like, oh my God, I love that song. That song be stuck in my head now. But yeah, I heard that that was Jimin's inspiration, that he wants to be an idol like him. But I was like, I need Jimin to run around with no shirt on more. Like if he wants to really live up to the legacy of Big Bang, I need Jimin to run around with no shirt on a little bit more. I just need you to do that. He run around with no shirt on a little bit more than he getting there. He getting there. He is the Korean Usher. He is for sure the Korean Usher. Oh my God, BTS reunion performance. Chestically, yeah, the chest is like, I was like, ooh. Is they did a promotion with Chris Martin and Coldplay? I gotta look it up. And again, this whole week I just been out of the loop of almost everything. I'm like literally sitting in my car, just looking at news, trying to catch up and keep up with everything that's going on. But I'm excited to see BTS at the AMAs. If I have to watch it on the clip show or go over to TikTok and watch it, then I will do it. Like I said, if I can get a free week of if I can get a free week of Paramount Plus, I will. But again, I don't want to pay for Paramount Plus just to watch it. Jimin like Taeyang and Usher. Okay, well he's a winner. Jimin sometimes been so close. Jimin be wearing too. Jimin looks excellent in clothes. He's a really pretty good looking guy. But and then when you talk about the award itself, so do y'all think BTS is gonna win? They had articles that I read today that were published yesterday. They were talking about that BTS has a chance because they're nominated for 3 awards. They're nominated for Best K-pop Group, which I'm sure they probably will win, but they're also nominated for Artist of the Year, and they're also nominated for another one. I forgot that other one. Do y'all think BTS is gonna win? Oh yes, y'all do. Okay. I'm gonna see Jimin's braided hair. Talks about getting invited into World Cup. Oh, okay. Yeah, I have to see that then. Do y'all think? Yeah, Jimin's just like, I'm just gonna take it off. Song of the Summer is the only one they nominated. Yes. So do y'all think that they're gonna win? The awards are fans voted, so they will have. Okay. Oh yeah, yeah, they're fan voted, so I don't know. Y'all think they have a chance? Y'all think the fans did they due diligence? Did y'all go online and vote? Now, damn it, here we talking about these awards. Did y'all take your asses online and vote? I didn't even know the AMAs was even like. I knew it was happening, but I wasn't paying attention. Song of the Summer, they may win Song of the Summer for real. I don't know if they're gonna win like Artist of the Year. I think it's too early for them to win Artist of the Year. Their comeback just happened in March. They may get nominated for Artist of the Year next year. I can see them winning. Someone said all three. Okay. Oh, no. Ruth said she was doing it daily, damn it. That's okay. That's dedication. That's dedication. Armies are very coordinated. That's why I think I stopped watching the awards and following them too. Oh, you don't vote for award shows anymore? Oh, you don't trust the voting system. That's what I'm saying. Y'all know I watched the documentary 2 years ago, and I don't know who did the documentary, but it was somebody that wasn't in K-pop. But they were talking about the voting system on these award shows in Korea and also in America. And I forgot who did it. I'm gonna try to find that video and watch it again. But they really broke down like the controversies that have happened over the years, the voting systems, and how they kind of feel like it's kind of a bait and switch. They kind of pretty much put whoever they want to, like whoever's going to show up at the award show. There was evidence that whoever's going to show up is the person that's going to win for sure. So yeah, I gotta go back and find that video because what they were talking about, what they were talking about that it was rigged, that there was a scam. Yeah, I watched the whole hour-long documentary where they really broke it down, the numbers and the things, and from people who've actually worked in these award systems and how that they are pretty much like rigged and they change them up. Yeah, they change them up. They take away votes and they pretty much want the people to win that's going to show up who are the most popular and who are going to perform and bring them in ratings. So if sometimes it doesn't line up to what the fans are voting for and the person showing up for the awards. So there have been times that they have rearranged things and did a bait and switch and switcheroo. And I learned a lot. And this was, like I said, 2 years ago, I watched this video and I was just amazed because I had never known that this is what was really going on. But that's what's really going on. Not to mention that BTS was baited for viewership and got, yes, many times. They, just like now, the AMAs are like, oh, BTS is coming back. I just see a bunch of advertisements online talking about BTS is going to be back. BTS making a special appearance. Like they do this, they know what they're doing because they know BTS is going to bring in the viewership and the ratings. They know BTS is going to bring in the clicks and views and it's good for advertisers. So they've been talking about all this week, all I've just been hearing. And even people who are not into K-pop are like, oh, I saw a commercial saying BTS is coming to some award show. So even people that are not into K-pop have been seeing this, and they will have BTS on the Grammys, on the Billboard Music Awards, just because they know they bring in the people, they bring in the clicks and the views and the ratings. So I just they have to get ratings somehow because all of these award shows, even the ones for acting, like people aren't watching these award shows anymore like they used to. Because back in the day, you got to think like when we were kids. I'm old. I'm old. So back in my day, when we watched award shows, that was one of the few times you could see your favorite artist perform that you didn't get a chance to go to a concert. So you would be able to see them perform live or see them collaborate with another artist or see them on stage with different artists, legendary artists, or artists that you know that you never normally see them on stage with. So for us, award shows was really, really special because we didn't have social media. We didn't have artists posting Instagram and YouTube videos and you know doing live streams every week. We didn't have that. So the only way you could really see your artist live was a variety show or award show. Like we didn't have the luxury of having a whole plethora of content that you can literally click on and see your favorite at any time, anywhere. And I kind of miss those days when artists were much more mysterious and much more private. And so it was just a joy to watch award shows for me as a kid. I just loved it. I absolutely loved it. They're the ones that made Boys and Girls probably American Music Awards. Oh, Lisa says she only watched because of BTS. Yeah. Yeah. It makes sense for them to appear. I agree with them appearing. Well, even though they're not building like they're, but since they've come back, yeah, it makes sense of them to be on an award show. Um, but yeah, they're trying to add new fans. But award shows, they used to be fun to watch, but now I don't know if they're fun to watch anymore. When I watched the Grammys last year, it just wasn't fun. I was just going, meh. Like when I watched the Grammys last year, I was really like going like this. Like some of the performances were good performances, but for the most part, it just, you know, I don't know. Like I said, maybe it's because I'm old and I'm having, but I try not to do like the good old days syndrome, like, well, back in my day, because it wasn't all sunshine and roses. But I think award shows had much more weight and much more meaning long time ago than they do now. They just don't have that much meaning now, you know. A lot of Vegas armies, they're going to be there and lose their minds. Yeah, I think that they are reintroducing themselves to the American public. I do think that they are because American public is fickle. The American public, once you gone, like I talk to people all the time, and people are like, "I thought BTS broke up." I thought they disbanded. Like people are like, "Oh, BTS, like, oh, are they back now?" Like I know a lot of people who didn't even realize that they were back now. So they have to, you know, the American public is very fickle when it comes to who's in. If the person is not like really in front of their face, a lot of the times, like, um, I need to do a whole video about. I think I'll do a whole video about that when I get time. I have to write it down. But there's a video that someone on YouTube did about like monoculture, which is a term that I had never heard until I started looking up and researching this about monoculture and how BTS, how this goes hand in hand with BTS and K-pop, about like how BTS was so popular 6 years ago because our like social media and our culture has changed in the West and in particular in America. So if you guys have not looked up videos about monoculture, it is very interesting to see how things have changed with entertainment, that things that were popular with everybody. And now you have these like fragmented pockets of popularity that people, things that are popular in just in particular spaces, especially when it comes to social media. So I watched a couple of videos about monoculture and how it is, how social media has changed that dynamic. And even 6 years ago, things were fragmented, but not like it is now. And then this person was arguing that the reason why BTS became so popular is because our culture at that time, 2020, 2021, it was different. Like a lot, it was during the pandemic. A lot of people were sitting at home. A lot of people were on social media. A lot of people's eyeballs were on certain things. So there's something to be said about monoculture and how like media and the way media is consumed has changed a lot even in 6 years, especially over the times when I was a kid. Because when I was a kid, there was shows and artists and things that were just popular with everybody. But now it's not like that. You just have pockets of people where people are really, really intensely popular. And then outside of that group, that in group, people have never heard of it or it's not popular. So there used to be like this mass singular sense of popularity in American culture. And now it's not that. It's harder. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but it's harder to achieve now. It's harder to get to the level of Taylor Swift or Beyonce or Bruno Mars. It's hard to get there now than it was 10, 15 years ago because there's our entertainment and what we like is so fragmented and tailored to what we like. So like social media, if you click on one type of K-pop video, you will get a bunch of K-pop videos. And so once you start watching these things, you start realizing, oh, well, everybody must like this because it's very popular. But then once you get outside of the K-pop group, you realize, okay, this is not as popular as I thought it was. So I need to talk about that and do a video about that because I found that very interesting when talking about like BTS in 2020, 2021 versus 2026 BTS. And that is a conversation that definitely needs to be had because BTS are popular and they're breaking the wars with their albums, but there is a certain type of shift between Dynamite and Butter and now. And I don't think it has to do, some people say it has to do with the music, but I don't think it has to do with the music. I think it just has to do with our culture. I think that like 6, 7 years ago, you could come out with a hit song that everybody knows and everybody likes. And now I think that's just really hard now. I think that there's just so many people that are just like liking their own little segments of music. And so people sell, but I don't know if we'll ever have like a Michael Jackson type megastar or Whitney Houston or Madonna or a Prince. I don't know if we'll ever have that in our lifetime anymore. Because it's just, I think if Michael Jackson was around today, I think that he would be popular, but I don't think he would be like superstar cult like fandom popular. I think there would be a segment of the population that loves pop music and R&B and that he would be really, really popular with. But I don't think he would get the worldwide fame that he would have just because our media is not like it was. There's a lot, it's easier to focus on one or two things. Now there's so many different artists and different videos and Spotify and Apple. I think there's so much to distract us that things just get kind of lost in the wayside. So a lot, unfortunately. Well, how many hours? I have 2.5 hours. But anyway, with that said, I will be watching, I will be reporting, I will be working on videos. You guys, I am exhausted. I'm gonna try to pump all these videos out on Sunday so I can schedule them out for the rest of the week, at least until Thursday. But anyway, you guys, I appreciate you guys being here. I'm fixing to lay down and relax. I just in this empty room. I'm gonna watch some TV, watch some videos. I'm tired. I'm just tired. Yeah, there's a lot of personal bubble that people have, and yeah, K-pop fans, yeah, your taste evolved. My taste has changed many different times, but I'm fixing to go and rest, you guys. My back is hurting. I gotta take some ibuprofen. My knee is hurting. My back is hurting, and tomorrow I got to get up in the morning and do it all over again. And so, again, I gotta tonight. I'll try to relax and not work on things. Yeah, I gotta log into work too. It's tomorrow's Monday. Tomorrow's a holiday here, by the way, if you didn't know, it's Memorial Day here. But I'm still gonna log into my work, even though I'm off, but I'm still gonna log in. It's just I work even on my off days. I was supposed to log in today, but I just didn't have time to log in today. I'll probably log in tomorrow. But anyway, I don't want to think about it tonight. Tonight I'm just gonna sit back and relax. Have me a glass of wine. I got a glass of wine over here, chilling, and I'm just gonna have my glass of wine and I'm just gonna relax tonight and make some fun things tonight. I still like to be creative and make things, but I'm gonna make fun things tonight and post things. But anyway, you guys, thanks you guys everybody for being here. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Until next week, you guys. Hopefully I'll be back on Saturday next week. And I will be moved in the new house next week, hopefully. But anyway, you guys, bye. Good night, good night, good night.